Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Well, yesterday the Harbor Hawks were leading when the game ended, but managed to take their third straight loss and are still looking to scratch across a win here during this long home stretch of games. They return home to take on Orleans, the last opponent that the Harbor Hawks took a win over. Both teams on 3-game losing streaks as we welcome you here to McKeon Park. The Harbor Hawks taking on Orleans. Charlie Adams alongside Max Schwartzberg. Max, after yesterday's tough defeat, how did the Harbor Hawks regroup?
I mean, it's all about keeping morale high. They did everything they could. They had a big rally in the 7th inning that was wiped off the face of the earth. There was guys who ended hitless streaks, and now they're still on those hitless streaks. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Mitch Carricker says it each and every day. Play clean baseball, but sometimes you do the best you can, and you still don't get anything to show for it. It's all about erasing that and then focusing on the game tonight.
Well, one win streak has to end here tonight. One losing streak has to end here tonight, and our own Quincy Bell caught up with skipper Mitch Carricker ahead of the game.
Quincy Bell here with manager Mitch Carricker ahead of today's game between the Hyannis Harbor Hawks and Orleans Firebirds. Coach, you're continuing this 7 games and 7 days stretch. How have you been able to keep the team fresh and ready to go every day?
Yeah, I mean, they've done a really good job. I mean, I think they're doing a good job off the field, taking care of their bodies, getting sleep when we can get it. You know, the early work has been really good. We kind of kept it a little bit lighter today just because of this stretch. But the guys feel like they're in a good place and excited about the challenge tonight.
You add Matt Hyannis to the roster today from West Virginia, shortstop. You're giving him the start. What can the fans expect to see out of him?
Yeah, really good player. Obviously, he was on a really good team that made it to Omaha. So hopefully that experience of playing deep and playing against some really good teams will help make the transition a little bit easier up here to the Cape. So excited to watch him play.
You sent Easton Barrett to the mound. He struggled a little bit in his first start against Chatham. What changes are you hoping to see today?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's kind of been up and down just in his 2 appearances. His first one was really, really good. His second one was a little bit shaky. Didn't think he was terrible, just got in some bad counts. For him, it's going to be able to get ahead and execute with the pitches that he needs to be successful.
Thank you, Coach. Guys, back to you.
Well, it's a new man in the batting order for the Harbor Hawks, a fresh face, Matt Hyannis, straight from Omaha, Max.
Yeah, he's had a great tournament as well. Hyannis, a guy who can make an impact right away. He reached base in 11 of 12 games during the NCAA tournament. Also led his team in games played and games started. It's always so impressive to see guys play big seasons, 64 games, and then come to the Cape. And, you know, he's rested. He's had about a week and a half off since being eliminated by North Carolina, and he's had time to reset and get ready to go here for the Harbor Hawks.
And how about the man on the mound for the Harbor Hawks, Easton Barrett? He's looking to bounce back after taking the loss at Chatham. A 3-inning performance where he gave up 3 runs, 2 earned runs. He needs to regroup again, another player looking to bounce back for the Harbor Hawks.
And that was a game that he actually did not issue any free passes. He just got hit around a little bit. Remember in that game, Chatham had 8 singles on the day. He gave up 5 hits. But as a whole, walks are an issue for Easton Barrett. This past spring at ASU, he had a walks per 9 north of 11. So to see him limit walks in his first 2 appearances across 5 innings pitched, just 1 free pass allowed. That's an encouragement for Mitch Carricker, but at the end of the day, he has to stay wild outside of the strike zone and also suppress that from being wild inside the strike zone.
And circling back to the new bat in the order, Matt Einish caught up with our own Ethan Wax pregame here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Ethan Wax catching up pregame with the newest Harbor Hawk, shortstop Matt Einish. Matt, what are you bringing to the table?
I think, Dean, they're allowing you to find your own success and your own true independence.
Dean is a whole group of all different kinds of people and communities.
Since I've come to Dean, I've learned a lot of time management skills.
Our community is especially tight-knit, and the majority of our students live on campus. And you are guaranteed 4 years of housing while you attend Dean.
Dean is just full of opportunities for you to embrace, to welcome, so you can change yourself to who you want to be and form your career for the future.
So go through that, all right? Think that way.
Be a bulldog. Have a bulldog mentality in everything you do in life, whether you're playing sports or in the classroom or just socializing around campus.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
When it comes to Chevy, there's only one name you need to know.
Hi, I'm Todd Copeland, and this is Copeland Chevrolet Hyannis. We stock more Chevys than anyone on Cape Cod.
And if you need the best price,
just check this out.
Copeland Chevrolet has over 200 new Chevys in stock, and they're all on sale today with huge discounts or new lower lease payments. Don't wait.
For the Chevy you want and the savings you need,
you can count on Copeland Chevrolet Hyannis. CopelandChevroletHyannis.com.
Ethan Wax catching up pregame with the newest Harbor Hawk, shortstop Matt Einish. Matt, what are you bringing to the table?
Yeah, I mean, well rested from a run in Omaha. I'm ready to go. I'm itching to play right now, and I'm going to play hard.
How has the run in Omaha helped to fulfill what you hope to accomplish today?
Yeah, it was a dream come true, and you know, once you get there, you're kind of like you're almost reaching for more. You're like you want to win it all. So it's kind of, you know, repeating that process. And now that I'm here, you know, I'm itching to win, and I want to win it all.
This team we're playing today, 3-9, struggling, but you guys came back in your last meeting against them just on Wednesday. What do you hope to learn from that game, if you got to see any of it, that you can apply to today?
Yeah, you're never out of it, especially in baseball. Tough sport, and so yeah, you're never out of it. You keep the pedal to the metal and see what happens.
Thank you for your time and good luck.
Thank you,
guys.
Thanks, Ethan. As Easton Barrett warming up on the mound, we'll check out the Firebirds batting order. Led off by Rowan Kelly, followed by Dominic Cadiz, Bub Terrell, who went yard twice against Hyannis back on Wednesday, followed by Nate Savoy, Tyler Mayat, Elijah Ikas, Casey Comiskey, Ryan McDougall, and Adrian Beltre Jr. rounds out the batting order. The Firebirds on the road, 204 batting average, 309 OBP, and a 610 OPS, all near the bottom of the league.
They also play in a really tough Eastern Division. They've seen a lot of Eastern opponents, a little bit more than Hyannis. But at the end of the day, it's really important for Orleans just to continue to have good at-bats because their offense is honestly more middle of the pack than you'd expect.
And now Easton Barrett, the man on the bump for the Harbor Hawks, making his second start this season. An 0-1 record with a 5.40 ERA across 5 innings of work, 7 strikeouts to 1 walk. And there's the line from his last start versus Chatham. 3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, no walks.
Yeah, we mentioned it right at the top of the show. The walks is what comes back to bite him. And if he's able to limit that, he's one of the most dangerous pitchers on the Cape.
And we'll take a look at the defensive alignment for Hyannis here as Barrett warming up on the mound. Caden Miller in left field. It's Liam Barrett in center field. Henry Zener in right. The infield left to right, Taylor Kirk, Matt Einish, Charlie Bates, and Trey Hawsey. Behind the plate today, Efren Ortega doing the catching and John Embry DHing today. Some players trying to get back on the right track. The Harbor Hawks trying to get back on the right track. 3-game losing streak for both sides here as we are ready for action here on Cape League TV. Kelly stepping up to the plate. UCSB Gaucho.
Who isn't at this point? They've taken over the Cape League. Both leadoff hitters in this game, UCSB Gauchos.
Well represented throughout Cape Cod, especially here on the Harbor Hawks, both in the batting order and the bullpen. Easton Barrett's first pitch delivered home for a strike. We'll meet the umpires. It's Rick Antonio behind home plate, Joe Caraco at first, and Thomas Augusta over at third base. The 0-1 pitch sent down into left field. Heading over for it, Caden Miller on the run. It will get down on the track. Bouncing up against the wall and standing up on second base, Rowan Kelly has a leadoff double.
Caden Miller looked like he might have misjudged this one a little bit. It was tailing off the left-handed hitting bat and just kept going over towards the line. Even if he got a great beat on it, I don't know if he would have been able to get there in time, but regardless, it's a leadoff two-bagger for Kelly.
Ball kept trailing away from him as we'll take a look here. Dominic Cadiz up to the plate, the first baseman today for the Firebirds. Barrett meets him with the ball upstairs. Cadiz batting .326 with a homer this season. Lefty Barrett fires home, foul tipped into the mitt. Counts even 1-1. Cadiz yesterday went 2 for 4 with a sacrifice fly against Falmouth in the Cape League's Game of the Week on WBZ. Counts 2-1.
Still looking for his first hit against Hyannis this season. He went 0 for 4 against the Harbor Hawks in what was a pretty cleanly pitched baseball game for the Harbor Hawks back on Wednesday.
To 1 downstairs. Barrett behind 3-1 here on Cadiz.
I mean, it was that one inning for Sax Matson where he walked 3, but if you take that inning out, only 5 free passes as a whole for the Hyannis pitching staff.
Matson managed to get out of that inning with no runs allowed. The 3-1 pitch upstairs. And Easton Barrett's matched his walk total from his last start with the second batter. Runners on first and second with nobody out.
And the guy coming up to the plate, probably the last person Hyannis wants to see, Bub Terrell, who popped 2 home runs. Both of them not wall scrapers, to say the very least, especially that second one, 441 feet.
That walk is our free pass of the game, presented by Cape Cod Community College. Go to Cape Cod Community College for free. Every program, no tuition, as the ball gets away all the way back to Easton Barrett on the mound, and both runners advance 90 feet. No tuition or fees for those that qualify. capecod.edu/free for more.
Well, Barrett had a wild pitch in his first game of the Cape League Summer back on June 15th at Harwich. Kept it clean last time out against Chatham, but all of a sudden Orleans going to have to really take advantage of what is a rally.
With runners on second and third now. Terrell swings away. Count goes 1-1. Terrell on the season, 2 home runs, and we know where both of them came from. The 1-1 pitch. Line to second base. The diving Bates can't get it as it's into right field. One runner across, and the throw in knocked down by Hazy with runners on the corners. Keeping an eye on Bub Terrell off the first base bag. Runners on the corners after the RBI single from Bub Terrell. For Nate Savoy, today's DH. Terrell on the move on the first pitch. Ortega throws down, and Terrell's in safely ahead of the throw.
Orleans just putting pressure on this Harbor Hawks defense. The wild pitch is becoming costly, and then now trying to get a little bit of action with the run game.
Savoy batting .222 on the season, swings through here. Behind 0-2. So the Harbor Hawks took the win over Orleans on the road, and now Orleans trying to do the same.
And let's not forget, Orleans jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the first inning at Eldridge Park. Hyannis was able to come back with what was the first comeback win of the season. But if you could stop the bleeding here, that's obviously the first choice.
.02 fouled off in the box. Keeps the count at 0-2. Thirteen pitches so far for Easton Barrett, yet to record an out. The infield shifted towards the left side, a half swing and a full swing according to home plate umpire Rick Antonio for the first down and first strikeout of the day for Easton Barrett.
Huge out number 1 right there. First base still is open, so with less than 2 outs in the inning, Myatt can either hit the ball on the ground or hit the ball in the air and get a run home, either on an RBI groundout or sacrifice flies. So Orleans still does have some options.
Easton Barrett starts off Tyler Myatt with a called strike. Myatt, the third lefty in the batting order for the Firebirds. Went 2 for 4 against Hyannis on Wednesday. Worked inside here. He'll get away from the plate. One of those 2 hits against Hyannis, a double for Myatt. Coming from Tennessee. We'll swing at this one, sending it out to left field. Miller coming in along the foul line to make the catch. Runner tagging on his way to the plate, and it's cut off at third base. The Firebirds have a second run in the inning on the sacrifice fly.
This time, Caden Miller made the adjustment, recognizing how the ball tails off the left-handed hitting bat of Myatt. Among the top leaders in OPS on the Cape, and he's able to get extended here and grab another run home for Orleans.
Brings up Elijah Ickes with 2 away and a runner on second base. Cadiz in to score on the sacrifice fly as Terrell still out on second base. Barrett delivers home upstairs. Ickes batting .167 this season. Was held 0 for 4 against Hyannis. He'll take ball 2. The 2-0. Breaking ball stayed high, and Barrett behind 3-0.
2 outs in the inning here. You don't want to issue a free pass, but with there being only 1 runner on, of course you do have options. But Ickes is the guy who's struggling. Definitely going to be taken on 3-0.
Barrett with the 3-0 pitch. Misses again, and another walk as the inning continues with runners now on first and second. Casey Kaminsky continuing the inning here. Today's third baseman. Kaminsky out of Southern New Hampshire University. Takes strike 1. Barrett ahead, 0-1. Spits on the pitch in the dirt. Evening count, 1-1 here in the top of the first. The 1-1 pitch worked well inside on the breaking ball, and Kaminsky gets out of the way.
Seems like he's only got a good feel for the fastball changeup right now at the moment. He's tried the breaking ball a couple times and it hasn't been competitive yet. So as the outing wears on, he's going to continue experimenting with that, trying to find the right fit.
Both runners on the move. Pitch is in for a called strike to even the count at 2-2. But both runners now in scoring position at second and third.
It's now 3 stolen bases on the inning for Orleans.
The 2-2 with two on and 2 outs in the dirt to fill the count. Big pitch coming up here as Easton Barrett looks to stretch a bit this game. There's still plenty to go in this Harbor Hawks 8-game stretch of games. So the full count pitch fouled off at the plate. Barrett this past spring had an 11.1 walks per 9. 25 walks to 23 strikeouts. Trying to avoid the third walk of the inning. The pitch well upstairs. Bases are loaded. And Ortega will take a walk to the mound from behind the plate.
You know, it's really interesting to see how this early part of the season, I guess now a fourth of the way, has gone for Hyannis, because they pitched much better on the road than at home. And I think yesterday in Chatham, and what, you know, arguably could have been a win, they were up. And then, of course, with the fog-out rules, they really kept it clean. It was a season low on free passes for the Harbor Hawks last night. Granted, it was 6 innings, but They were on pace to hit a season low. It was 3 through 6 innings in free passes, just a walk in air and a wild pitch. But the splits home road have just been pretty daunting so far for the Harbor Hawks.
Barrett fires the first pitch to Ryan McDougal, the 8th batter in the order, fouling it up and out of play. McDougal coming from Dayton, an A10 product, playing in his 4th game with the Firebirds. Last played on Friday. He homered in a 1-for-2 performance against Catuit. Started in 49 games with the Flyers. The 1-1 hit sharply to Hawsey at first base. He's down to grab it and take it to the bag himself as the Harbor Hawks leave the bases loaded but allow 2 runners to cross here in the top of the 1st. We'll be back in just a moment on Cape League TV.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself. Make lifelong friends.
This is your time. Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Wherever you need to go, arrive in comfort, style, and complete peace of mind. From seamless rides to and from Logan Airport, to the energy of the big game in the city, to unforgettable weddings, proms, and nights out with friends. Bella Luxury Transportation is there every step of the way. No stress, no driving. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience. Bella Luxury Transportation, leave the driving to us.
Back here on Cape League TV for the bottom of the 1st inning as Orleans leads 2-0 early on. We'll meet the Harbor Hawks batting order, led off by Liam Barrett, who's slotted in nicely at the top of the order, sporting a .250 batting average. Charlie Bates follows with John Embry, Caden Miller, Trey Hawsey, and the new kid in town, Matt Hyannis, batting 6th today, followed by Henry Zener, Efren Ortega, and Taylor Kirk. 4 lefties in a row for the Harbor Hawks right in the middle of the order. And you can see Hyannis' stats with West Virginia, not too bad, a .296 batting average and 4 big flies across his time with the Mountaineers.
Yeah, and he played a team lead 64 games. This is a guy who is one of those gritty players, always gets his feet wet, feet dirty, and just gives it his all.
And LJ Cormier gets the ball on the mound for Orleans the 2nd time this season. His first start went 3 innings against Catuit with 2 hits, no runs, and 6 strikeouts. The Harbor Hawks struck out 11 times yesterday with a tremendous start from Gavin Guidry of the Chatham Anglers. Liam Barrett here in the leadoff spot. First pitch from Cormier out on the outer part of the plate for strike 1.
Barrett's gotten comfortable in the leadoff spot, and he's stolen a base in each of his first 3 games of the summer. He's made a difference for the Harbor Hawks and put pressure on opponents.
0-1 upstairs. Count goes 1-1. Light clouds out towards right field here at McKeon Park. Blue skies the rest of the way. As Barrett behind 1-2 with another called strike. The 1-2. Looping breaking ball above the zone to even the count, 2-2. Barrett takes it in a late called strike by the home plate umpire. And that's what home plate umpire Rick Antonio is pointing at. motioned with his elbow that Barrett tried to lean in.
Out comes Mitch Carricker.
Interesting way to pick up the first strikeout of the day for Cormier. And Carricker will have a talk with it here. Probably arguing he was trying to lean out of the way.
That's one of those that, I mean, if the call is made on the field, like you can't really reverse it based off what a coach comes over to tell you. This is more so Mitch Carricker asking for an explanation, and it's kind of a frustrating time for the Harbor Hawks. You can see him, coach shaking his head, especially after yesterday's loss. Things not going your way.
So a strikeout for Liam Barrett for the first out of the inning as Charlie Bates steps in and fouls off the first pitch at the plate.
So is that a strike swinging or strike looking? Is an
automatic strikeout on an automatic strike? I don't know.
I guess that would be a looking.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I would go looking, though. Bates behind 0-2. Might not count as either. I mean, it's a strikeout on an automatic strike, as this one's a strikeout looking for Bates on 3 pitches. And the Harbor Hawks with back-to-back Ks to start off the first inning here on offense.
Just did a little Google search, and I think it is a strikeout looking for Barrett as well. Yeah, it makes sense, right? He didn't swing at it.
First pitch to John Embry in for a strike. I'll just write an A in my book. Make sure we know. Embry fouls off the next pitch to the backstop. Harbor Hawks went down in order after Barrett reached in the first inning yesterday. Went down with 3 straight strikeouts on 9 pitches from Gavin Guidry. Chance for back-to-back 3-pitch strikeouts here. For today's starter, this one lined up the middle on a bounce fielded by Beltre Jr. in the shift, thrown on to first in time. 1-2-3 frame for the Harbor Hawks in the bottom of the first, still trailing 2-0 here on Cape League TV.
From Boston to the Cape, leave the stress behind and travel in luxury, comfort, and style. Sit back, relax, and take in the views Cape Cod has to offer. Every detail handled from pickup to destination. Tired of the drive to the city? Leave the driving to us. Scan now and start planning your next getaway. Bella Luxury Transportation. Leave the driving to us.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
Welcome back here on Cape League TV. The second inning brought to you by Cape Cod Orthopedics. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to support Harbor Hawks baseball. For decades, athletes, families, and residents across Cape Cod have trusted Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine for expert care. Their team specializes in sports medicine, orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, and rehabilitation, helping patients get back to the activities they enjoy most. Whether you're recovering from an injury or looking for specialized orthopedic care, learn more at CapeCodOrtho.com. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the region's largest orthopedic specialty group. Top 2 and a 2-0 lead for Orleans. Just about a 3-minute inning for the Harbor Hawks on offense, going down 1-2-3 with a pair of strikeouts. One looking, one automatic strikeout on the leaned-in pitch, which I believe is scored as a backwards K.
Yeah, and it was also 3 minutes with the quick delay with Mitch Carricker coming out as well. I mean, Orleans, that's how you maintain momentum. You grab a couple runs, you get back out on the hill, 1-2-3.
Easton Barrett looking to build back from a rough first inning where he allowed 3 free passes and 2 runs to score. A.J. Beltre up for the first time, the only batter to not come to the plate in the top of the first. 200 batting average for today's second baseman. Taking a ball outside, counts even 1-1.
I didn't notice it on Wednesday, but I see aspects of his dad's stance and his stance. Not identical, but there's a little bit of similarity there.
The 1-1. Misses, count goes 2-1.
I actually remember playing against him in 7U baseball back in the Dizay a long time ago. It was a tournament in Arizona.
Fouled off to the backstop, counts 2-2.
We tried to talk to his dad, so pool play, there's a team that waits to play the next team where you're watching the game before. So his dad, Adrian, the Hall of Famer, was sitting on the third base line, and we were like, all of us came up, "Can we have a picture, Mr. Beltre?" And he's like, "Adrian Beltre is not here." Funny guy.
Pitch in the dirt to run the count full, 3-2. Tell you what, baseball in California, all on the West Coast, is a bit different from baseball up in Little Rhode Island. Little Rhodey.
Well, those tournaments, when you play in travel ball, you go to Phoenix, play in Arizona, those are always the big ones that, teams from California, Utah, Arizona all go play at. Kind of the West Coast teams, and there's some powerhouse in there.
Full count pitch in the dirt. And Easton Barrett has his 4th walk here in the second inning. Control hasn't been there today so far. Leadoff runner on here for Orleans as the lineup flips over for Rowan Kelly.
And this is exactly what ASU wants him to work on this summer. They know he's got talent. That's not the question. The question is, how does he use his talent to stay away from wildness? Still figuring it out.
Can't find the zone here. Another hitter jumping ahead. Just one wild pitch. A wild pitch that Ortega kept in front of him. Bounced all the way back to Liam Barrett, or Easton Barrett, as he'll go to first base. With the pickoff move back in safely.
I think that looks relatively close to a balk. The way you leaned back home.
Little leniency with the lefties. It's also about where the knee crosses over the back leg. Can help you get away with a little bit.
That's why some lefties like to pike their leg up like vertically, or like where they kind of kick their ankle up sideways, because it's kind of a loophole right there.
Barrett behind 3-0. He's searching here. It's a full count to the leadoff man in the inning, Beltre Jr. on first. Now down 3-0 on Rowan Kelly. Not much doing in the Harbor Hawks bullpen just yet. Back in the strike zone for Barrett, count 3-1.
Going back to the lefty pickoff move, like an example of what I'm talking about, where you kind of kick your right leg up vertically so it's parallel with the ground. Ryan Weathers of the New York Yankees got a very good pickoff move, does that.
3-1, grounded sharply over to Charlie Bates on the spin. Finds his man at first base. Trey Hawsey gloves it. And 90 feet for Beltre. He's on second base, but a first out recorded.
That's a really athletic play from Bates, who we've seen him go back and forth from shortstop and second base. I mean, last season we saw him in left field and center field as well. This guy's got some great utility aspects in that way, but no play to make it at second. He's got his momentum going completely away from the second base bag. You really got only one play, able to make the nice spin and fire for out number 1.
Now Dominic Cadiz comes up to the plate. Walked and scored in the first inning. Getting a quick second look at Easton Barrett. Upstairs for ball 1. Barrett's past 40 pitches here. Threw in an inning and a third. Able to leave the bases loaded back in the first. Here a runner on second. Pitch bounced in, stopped by Ortega.
Ortega still looking to catch his first runner stealing of the Cape League summer, as it looks like head pitching coach Austin Wallace is going to make his way out to the mound. There's some frantic action in the Hyannis bullpen. 38.
As Austin Wallace taking the trip to the mound here after that spiked pitch. It's Jack Giordano warming up in the Harbor Hawks bullpen. Has one appearance back on the 21st.
This is a game that can get messy pretty fast. I mean, you give them stuff for free, they get one big hit, all of a sudden you're staring at a 4 or 5 run deficit. And for Hyannis, I mean, I cannot stress enough. I mean, obviously, Max, grass is green. Like, it's a huge to win this game after the way yesterday went. And everybody's frustrated about it. You know, you take a lead in the 7th inning, and then all of a sudden that inning just doesn't count, and then they revert back to the 6th, and you lose because of the fog. Hyannis has to bear down and find a way to get itself back in this game.
Easton Barrett takes a look at the runner, delivers home, skied to center field. On his way over for it, it's Liam Barrett who puts it away. Easton Barrett's been letting them make some contact here when he's behind in counts and getting some solid results so far. Bit pitching to contact when he can find the zone.
I think pitching to contact is one of the most underrated things a pitcher can do in the game of baseball, because now what's the most attractive thing? Of course, that being the strikeouts. But when you see a lot of high strikeouts, you see usually a lot of high walks, and we've seen that today.
Terrell with a wicked swing through the first pitch in the zone.
Well, when you're able to pitch to contact, that's usually meaning that the quality of contact will go down. Because when you're getting strikeouts, you're flirting with the corners. You might get a really nice pitch that they're not going to touch, but then you miss one over the heart. Here, you're just trying to get bat on ball weakly.
Terrell pops it up in foul territory, out of play. Behind 0-2. RBI single in the first for Terrell, who's been tremendous this season in a short sample size against Hyannis.
And that ball he hit, his second home run on Wednesday, might not have landed yet. That thing was crushed. And it was up and out of the zone, I might add. I mean, he can really, he touched 6'3", 237.
This one grounded sharply over to Charlie Bates. Bates picks it up, throws onto first. Harbor Hawks leave a runner on second base. Nobody to come across to score, as Orleans still leads 2-0 here, heading to the bottom half on Cape League TV.
Heading to Nantucket this summer? Skip the traffic and take to the skies with Cape Air. With convenient flights from Norwood to Nantucket, you can start your vacation sooner without the hassle of traffic. That way you spend more time relaxing and less time getting there. Experience the Cape Air difference and book your next flight today at capeair.com. Let Cape Air be your wings in the Northeast.
At Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
Back here with the second inning, brought to you by Cape Cod Orthopedics. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to be a sponsor of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. From youth sports to college athletics and everything in between, their team has been helping Cape Cod residents stay healthy and recover from injuries for years. With expertise in sports medicine, orthopedic care, and rehabilitation, Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is committed to keeping our community active. Learn more at capecodortho.com. Bottom of the second, and Orleans still leading 2-0 after a 1-2-3 first from the Harbor Hawks offense. 4-5-6 due up, led off by Caden Miller, followed by Troy Hawsey and Matt Hyannis making his Harbor Hawks debut at the plate. 4 lefties in a row for the Harbor Hawks, with Henry Zener completing the 4 batting cleanup here in this inning.
And Hyannis has to take advantage of this part of the order early in this game while they got the right on left matchup. They take it away later. You might get a lefty coming out of the pen and put these guys in a tough position. So while they got it here now, why not out on it? You got a hot hitter at the plate in Caden Miller.
Miller takes strike one on the outer part of the plate. One of the Harbor Hawks' hottest hitters of the season so far, Jordan Lodies, has the day off today. Miller with a 158 batting average as pitch on the outer part. Couldn't get the call this time. Pretty close to the spot on the opening pitch from Cormier. A called strike to start off the at-bat against Caden Miller.
Miller's slugged this season, but looking for a little bit more consistency with the average. He almost homered twice yesterday, actually.
Pitch fouled off and caught a good piece of McDougal behind the plate.
Got him on the inner thigh. There's no catching padding right there. That's one that really stings. Ouch.
Rick Antonio will walk the ball out to the mound. He would have a bit of a conversation here.
You gotta love it when these guys give professional courtesy, and they always do. I mean, these umpires work really hard. They're all volunteers, do a great job.
Cormier back on the rubber and McDougal back behind the plate. The sun starting to dip away here from McKeon Park to pitch. Again, working that outer part. Just off the mark. Count 2-2.
I feel like I say this a lot, but that's a big league take. The way that he got his hips going and his hands stayed back, yes, it's just no.
And here, finally, a little bit over the plate, enough for a called strike three. Third strikeout for Cormier as Miller goes down looking. Trey Hawsey up to the plate. Sort of broke out of a slump, at least for everyone who was at the ballpark. Finished 0 for 2 with a strikeout against Chatham. But that third at-bat that took place in the top of the seventh was a big single. That ends up not counting officially, but we all saw it. It's a 1-1 count here.
Yeah, and there's, different ways to look at it. You can kind of get down on yourself, or you can feel better about it.
1-on-1 swung on and missed. And Cormier getting into a groove early here.
I mean, we've already seen Hawsey literally chop the flow off to try to get something going. Guys will commonly do that in baseball. Maybe shave their beard, cut their hair when things aren't going well. Just try to switch anything up.
2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. It looks like another starter is filling up the K's column against the Harbor Hawks offense.
What I still can't get over is yesterday in the first inning how it was a leadoff, I believe, ground out for Hyannis. No, it was a leadoff single for Liam Barrett, and then the pitcher, Jack Goodry, literally threw an immaculate inning. 9 pitches, 9 strikes, 3 strikeouts after that. Of course, not an official immaculate inning, but one off, I guess.
First look at Matt Einish in the batter's box for the Harbor Hawks, bringing a strong lefty bat from West Virginia. 1-1 pitch downstairs, 2-1.
This guy's a gamer. On base 11 out of 12 games in the tournament. And you got to give him a lot of credit. I mean, he played the most games in the country and comes out here for the Cape.
Swing and a miss, count 2-2. Spent his freshman year at Ohio. Was All-MAC second team. Before transferring over to West Virginia, he'll swing through here. Striking out the side in order. Cormier goes 1-2-3 once again, and the Harbor Hawks still trail 2-0 heading to the third.
Life can be full of surprises, but Eastern Propane and Oil is always just a call away. With a local team member available 24/7, we're always ready to support you when you need it. With an Eastern propane and oil technician on the way, your family's comfort is our priority. Our local team, over 500 strong, ensures your home is comfortable and warm. Eastern Propane and Oil, a local team with 24/7 service and delivery, ensuring comfort when you need it most.
Wherever you need to go, arrive in comfort, style, and complete peace of mind. From seamless rides to and from Logan Airport, to the energy of the big game in the city, to unforgettable weddings, proms, and nights out with friends, Bella Luxury Transportation is there every step of the way. No stress, no driving. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience. Bella Luxury Transportation, leave the driving to us.
The lights at McKeon Park stay bright all season long thanks to the Knack Cape Cod. The Knack offers 2 locations, Hyannis and Orleans, both offering delicious burgers, tacos, sandwiches, and more. Visit theknackcapecod.com to order online today. The Knack Cape Cod is proud to be the Light Up the Park sponsor of the Harbor Hawks all season long. Well, another 1-2-3 inning for the Harbor Hawks offense. They'll still trail 2-0 as Easton Barrett working into the 3rd inning here. Saw the bullpen getting active in the 2nd inning. A little less active here to start the 3rd. Four, 5, 6 due up for the Firebirds. Nate Savoy will lead it off. The first and only strikeout victim on the line for Easton Barrett. First pitch, can't find it. 1-0 count for Savoy. Barrett missing again to start the inning.
It's always a tough position when you feel like you're kind of climbing out of a box. And sometimes it just takes one really nice at-bat on the mound to kind of feel your confidence, to get a better feel for your pitches. But Barrett hasn't gotten that yet.
Gets the swing and the miss on the 2-0.
You know, sometimes like something clicks during an outing. You're like, oh yeah, that's my release point for that pitch. I'm really starting to feel this pitch in this location. That's why guys tend to get better as the outing goes on, but so far he hasn't felt that kind of breakthrough.
2-2 with a swinging strike.
Maybe I should try to keep jinxing him right now. Just worked on the last 2 pitches. Still hasn't found the breakthrough. Maybe you can prove me wrong here against Nate Savoy, the guy getting the day off defensively, but still in the lineup as a DH.
2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And the only strikeout victim continues to be Nate Savoy. Second strikeout of the game here for Easton Barrett.
Pulled the string right there, started it over the outside part of the plate, looked like a strike, and it's a ball. Boom, swing and a miss, out number 1.
Take a look at it.
Look at that. Try hitting that. Give you a nickel. You can't.
Now Tyler Myatt slaps the first pitch over to Charlie Bates. He's been busy. Thrown onto first in time for the second out.
Routine for Bates. You got to see him slide over right there. Sometimes guys try to force the throw a little bit quickly, but Bates, nope. Calm, cool, and collected. A guy who, of course, known for his bat, but also a very smooth fielder. I mean, we always see him make really athletic plays in the infield, especially those throws at shortstop where he kind of goes sidearm on the run.
Third ground out to Charlie Bates. All lefties with ground outs. Rowan Kelly grounded out, as well as Bub Terrell in the second inning to Charlie Bates, and Myatt joins him here in the third. Ikas walked and stole second base back in the first inning. That's where he finished off the frame with Easton Barrett leaving the bases loaded. 2-0 count. Barrett's been working from behind and plenty of plate appearances so far. The 2-0. Misses, it's 3-0.
I've got a question. How come I feel like the brand Easton doesn't really make wood bats? I mean, you see Marucci, you see Louisville Sluggers in both aluminum and wood.
Bounce back with the strike here.
You don't really see Easton. I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't out there, but
I know Easton really dominates the metal bats. They have some of the
don't even
best
get me started.
metal bats.
As a kid,
Easton Mako.
Oh,
Hello.
You took it right out of him. Never mind, but that orange bat, what was it, 2013 model?
Easton Mako, Easton Torque. Torque was a little interesting.
That was a little bit of a price hit. Like, oh yeah, let's just move the handles if that's going to do anything. Basically, the Torque is where
the Torque like teaches you how to properly turn over. Full count pitch is launched out to left center field on his way back. Caden Miller has it for the third out. A 1-2-3 frame here for Easton Barrett, starting to figure it out on the mound. As we'll stick around on Cape League TV and send it to the sideline with our own Ethan Wax.
To last night's loss to Cotuit, in which it was called off because of fog after Hyannis took the lead in the 7th, 5-4, but because of the fog and the incompletion of the 7th inning, it led to a Hyannis loss 4-2 because they didn't finish the inning. I had a chance to talk to Trey Hawsey about the team's mindset heading into today's game, and he said it's all good. And he expressed confidence knowing that they've beaten Orleans just on Wednesday in comeback fashion, winning 6-4 after a 4-run 9th inning surge. It will be very interesting to see how this team responds coming here at home against Orleans. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Ethan. Bottom 3, and the Harbor Hawks trail by 2. Hitless so far against Cormier on the mound, who has already racked up 5 strikeouts thanks to striking out the side in order in the 2nd and 2 strikeouts in the 1st.
They got to turn on the lights here. It's starting to get a little bit dark.
Clouds have certainly come very quickly here.
We need you, Knack Cape Cod. It's delicious.
Definitely. Look at that bat.
Is that a ghost?
It's an Easton Ghost. And
is that a softball bat? Folks, we apologize you can't see, but Charlie and I are now looking at Easton bat models. $500? What? Are you insane?
It's in a Rocket Pop colorway, which is very nice. The Easton Ghost. 2026 model, which is good to know they're still making them. Fouled off by Henry Zener to lead off here in the bottom of the 3rd.
I think the Easton Ghost is past my time because I don't know what the heck that is.
Oh, you've had to have swung a Easton Ghost or a Ghost X.
No, because by the time you get to high school, you go for the big barrel.
1-1 count. Pitch on a bounce over to Beltray at second base, on to first in time. Cormier continues to face the minimum here as Efren Ortega up to the plate.
I remember I swung a war stick in high school, which is not a very popular bat. Are you familiar, Chaz?
Oh, yeah. Definitely familiar.
I mean, I personally liked it.
Swung a Cat 8. Classic Marucci Cat 8.
I can hear it right when you said that.
It's a Cat 8, but it looks like Buster Posey's wooden bat.
Ping!
So
that's what it sounds like when you hit it every time. You ever go to the batting cages You get like PTSD after 5 minutes in there. It's just the same sound over and over, and you're like, oh my gosh.
They get the job done. The whole Cat series. I know the Cat X was the last Cat model that came out while I was still playing.
I remember I had a Cat 7 in 8th grade that I liked pretty well.
1-1 pitch to Ortega in the dirt. Count 2-1.
The bat that made headlines when I was in high school, I graduated in 2023, was the, oh my gosh, what was it called? It was this, it was like gray and black.
Must have been the
It sounded
Goods.
like it was broke. No, not the
Goods
Goods.
is a classic.
No, it was
Bounced
the
again by Cormier. I never really was a big fan of composite bats versus alloy. 3-1 count. Again bounced. Cormier has lost his touch in that at bat to Ortega. First walk of the game issued by LJ Cormier as Ortega takes first base.
Wasn't there a brand called Stealth?
I'm not sure. I think DeMarini is pretty high up there in metal bats as well.
All right, I don't know what it was called, but when I think I was a junior in high school, there's this bat that sounded like it was broken. Like you'd make contact, it didn't sound right, and the thing just flew.
First pitch strike across to Taylor Kirk. DeMarini has the goods. They also had the CF Zen.
That thing was different. Drop 5, green Zen 2017 model. I literally remember they banned it in some tournaments.
0-1 again, spiked well ahead of the plate. Ball bunted by Taylor Kirk, and nobody able to get a throw off. Well-placed bunt, and both Cormier and McDougal crashed for it. Turns to a single for Hyannis. First hit of the game comes on the bunt from Taylor Kirk.
Ooh, that's a big tumble right there, and glad that Ryan McDougal's okay, but that's got to feel good for Taylor Kirk, who would have snapped an 0 for 10 yesterday with that single in the 7th inning against Chatham if it weren't for the fog out, but snaps it here nonetheless.
Runners on first and second with one away. Go ahead run at the plate, and Liam Barrett takes a mighty hack there. Behind 0-1. Swing through here. 0-2 count.
All right, the last bit on the bat thing, because I know it's getting a little bit tired. It was called a TPX. It was TPS, I believe, maybe a stealth model, or I don't know, it might be Easton, but it was this black bat that was very popular. I'm sure these guys used it.
0-2 to Liam Barrett, and a 3-pitch strikeout, second strikeout of the game for Barrett, and a big second out with runners on first and second.
It's now 6 punchies for LJ Cormier, excuse me. I mean, let's not forget Chatham's starter yesterday lit it up in the strikeouts as well. Guidry had 11. Granted, they let him go 6 innings.
Pitch outside to Charlie Bates. Hey, Harbor Hawks fans, don't let bridge traffic throw you a curveball. Cape Cod Gateway Airport is your ticket to hassle-free travel. Located right here in Hyannis, as the pitch from Charlie Bates is lined to center field. Bob Terrell has it for the third out. We connect you to Boston, the islands, and beyond with daily flights and easy parking. Spend less time driving and more time at the ballpark. Learn more and plan your next getaway at flyhya.com. Cape Cod Gateway Airport, supporting our community one flight at a time as the Harbor Hawks leave 2 on base. 2-0 lead still for Orleans heading to the fourth here on Cape League TV.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Why are you in business? Is it to follow a dream? To carry on a legacy? Whatever your reason, at Cape and Coast Bank, we're as dedicated to your business as you are. Our cash management services help your business prevent fraud, manage payments and deposits, operate efficiently, and maximize earnings. To all the local businesses here in our communities, we say, we're here to business. Learn more at capeandcoastbank.com. Cape and Coast Bank, powering local.
Welcome back to McKeon Park. It's the fourth inning, sponsored by the team at the Goldberg Law Group PC, the Cape's premier personal injury law firm. The Goldberg Law Group has served Cape Cod and the islands for more than 38 years, and we're proud to support the local events, organizations, and traditions that make this community so special. As the Cape's leading law firm, Goldberg Law Group believes in helping people, building relationships, and giving back whenever we can. That's why we're honored to sponsor the Hyannis Harbor Hawks and another great night of Cape League Baseball. Scan the QR code on your screen to learn more about how the team at Goldberg Law Group can help you. Go Harbor Hawks. Welcome you to the middle innings now in the top of the fourth inning. We got a new pitcher on the mound. It's Jack Giordano making his second appearance of the Cape League summer. He's only pitched one inning this summer. It was back on the 21st against Chatham, so it's been a week on the dot. Was scoreless with a walk and a strikeout, and joined now by Quincy Bell here in the broadcast booth at McKeon Park. This is an outing, and these are middle innings that Hyannis needs to throw up some zeros.
Yeah, they trail Orleans 2-0. Easton Barrett got into trouble in that first inning, but put up two scoreless frames since. Giordano was solid in the one inning we saw him. He gave up a walk, but then rolled a double play. The key for him is going to be just getting pitches over the plate. He struggled with walks this past year at Oregon State, but he has good stuff if he can control it.
He's facing 7-8-9 for the Firebirds. Comiskey shows bunt and gets a piece of it, fouls it right back. It's not registered an official at-bat today. Walked back in the first inning. And coming into this game for Easton Barrett, the starter for Hyannis, kind of the question was how can he maintain a good feel for the strike zone, because he had over 11 walks per nine at Arizona State. He stayed largely clean his first two outings here on the Cape, but today I think was a bigger microcosm of what the struggles have been with command. There's a check swing, full swing in the eyes of first base umpire Joe Carrico, and an advantage count 0-2.
Yeah, Barrett walked four batters in just the first inning plus that he threw, but 6 straight set down after that. He rallied well.
Giordano now a rising junior, as mentioned, the Oregon State Beaver. Spent his freshman year at University of San Diego. He's a hometown kid from San Diego, America's finest city, at least in my opinion, as a native of the area myself. But really looking to get more experience on the Cape this summer as he gets a K in his first batter. He only pitched 6 2/3 innings this past spring for the Beavers. And that's really what the summer's about here now. It's about getting consistent innings and trying to find yourself, find a feel for your pitches, the strike zone. And he's a guy who in the past really has struggled with commands. I mean, 12 walks in 6 2/3 at Oregon State just this past spring.
Well, he started off his outing well, striking out Casey Comiskey, but you're right. The summer is a time for guys that didn't get a lot of innings to sort of develop their pitches and actually get consistent innings to sort of develop themselves for their collegiate season.
Efren Ortega cannot handle the fastball that sailed high. It's Ryan McDougall at the plate. Grounded out to Trey Haase with the bases loaded to strand 3 runners for Orleans back in the first inning. He also got a little bit banged up behind the plate Took a foul ball off the bat of Caden Miller to the inner thigh. On 2-0, he takes a strike. I mean, I got to say, the catching position is just such a tough. It requires a lot of grit. I mean, I think it's right there with, a hockey goalie in terms of the mindset you have to have and the toughness, both mentally and physically, that you have to show.
Yeah, you're always in the crouch. Always fielding pitches that are coming in 90 miles an hour plus. Sometimes you got to get dirty, block something, save a run. It is not for the faint of heart, is for sure.
2-2 on the way. Hyannis had a season low in free passes last night against Chatham. Granted, it was only a 6-inning game, but still they were on pace to have a low. Through the 6 innings, just 3 freebies, a walk, an error, and a wild pitch. What a start it was for Ryan Bosch, getting his first collegiate start. As there is a walk to McDougall. 5th walk of the day issued by Hyannis pitching, and that'll bring up A.J. Beltre.
And walks have been a bit of an issue in these home games for the Harbor Hawks. It's been sort of a running theme that Hyannis has pitched so much better on the road. In equal amount of games, 6 games apiece, they have 38 walks at home coming into this game to just 19 on the road. And already 5 today.
Speaking of walks, Beltre drew a free pass in the 2nd inning. I mentioned it to Charlie Adams when he was up here in the booth with me, but I want to ask you, Quincy. I see a little bit of his dad's stance in his stance. Not identical, but I see some similarities. I was wondering if you agree.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's the mannerisms of the way he waves his bat, kind of leans back.
Adrian Beltre Sr. was a guy who was very confident in the box, and I think he could see that here from his son.
I think he's probably the most well-known for those home runs where he went down to a knee.
Yeah, big swings.
Orleans on top of Hyannis, 2-0 here on Cape League TV. Check over at first again. This one was a little bit closer, but McDougall back ahead of the tag from Hawsey. Well, as I mentioned, less than 7 innings pitched at Oregon State. So this entire year, going back to 365 days ago, Giordano really hasn't been on the mound that much. Last summer he played in the Alaskan League, but he only pitched six innings then. So he really hasn't had consistent time on the mound. So this is a big opportunity for him on Cape Cod. 4-pitch walk to Beltre Jr. Now back-to-back free passes, and here we go. This is where Hyannis has to be careful as the order flips over for the top of the order, Rowan Kelly.
Yeah, Giordano was able to roll a double play in his first appearance on the Cape. This would be the perfect time to roll another one if he can.
Kelly doubled and scored a run back in the 1st inning, grounded out to Charlie Bates in the 2nd. 1 for 2 out of the top spot of the order for manager Kelly Nicholson. Shows the bunt, pops it up over by the Bat Boys, 3rd base side.
I think bunting here with 1 out, if it's a sack spot, you'll take that if you're Hyannis because you'll get 2 outs on the board. This might be a spot where you see Kelly strictly bunting for a hit. 3rd baseman Taylor Kirk still playing pretty far back. Now he takes a couple steps in.
Back pick to first.
Got him.
No! It was bang, bang at first base, and Beltre Jr. just able to get back ahead of the tag from Hawsey. It looked like the throw certainly beat him, but maybe not the tag.
Yeah, it was close. I think he just was able to squeak that hand, and I thought they had him. I mean, he was way off the bag when Ortega made the throw down.
Count again swings in the favor of Orleans. Today marks day 5 of a 8 games and 8-day stretch for Hyannis, and you got to figure the plan for Mitch Carricker is to continue to try to stretch out these relievers and get as much use out of them as possible, given the circumstances, the lack of off days. I mean, the next scheduled off day is July 2nd, which is Fenway Day for the Cape League.
Hardly
it's a marathon.
Hardly an off day. The players will be going up to Boston and showcasing their talents in front of the scouts.
Inside, and just like that, 3 straight walks issued by Jack Giordano.
And looks like Hyannis will talk to him right now. This wasn't a bad miss. It was close, right on that inner edge, but just not quite to the liking of plate umpire Rick Antonio.
Austin Wallace making his second mound visit of the young night. Just one out here in the visiting half of the 4th inning. There is not anybody actively warming in the Hyannis bullpen. These are Giordano's middle innings to go. 19 pitches, just 6 strikes. He started off well with the strikeout to Casey Comiskey, but the meeting of the minds concludes, and now Hyannis trying to dig itself out of a hole right here.
Yeah, I think you bring the corners in here and have the middle infield play back in double play depth.
Orleans 9th in the Cape League with an .056 average with the bases loaded. The team worse than that, Hyannis. In the air to center field, that's hit well. Barrett on the run, still going onto the warning track, makes the catch. McDougal on his way home as all 3 runners tag up 90 feet. And Orleans extends its lead 3-0 Firebirds.
I almost got 4 runs there with Cadiz putting a deep charge into one out to center. Just hung up enough for Barrett to put a clean glove on it. But 3-0, and now Bub Terrell, probably the last guy you want to see at the plate right now. He's got a big bat, singled in the first, 2 home runs last time these 2 teams played. This is a big at-bat here for Giordano.
First pitch in their first strike. That's a really good breaking ball. Kind of had Terrell fooled. He turned it out of the way as if it was going to hit him. Chops it on the ground. First base side, Hawsey flips to the pitcher. Giordano covering for the final out of the inning. Orleans grabs another run of insurance. 3-0 Firebirds heading to the bottom of the 4th inning here on Cape League TV.
From Boston to the Cape, leave the stress behind and travel in luxury, comfort, and style. Sit back, relax, and take in the views Cape Cod has to offer. Every detail handled from pickup to destination. Tired of drive to the city? Leave the driving to us. Scan now and start planning your next getaway. Bella Luxury Transportation. Leave the driving to us.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
Welcome back to the Goldberg Law Group 4th inning at McKeon Park. Did you know Goldberg Law Group PC is the Cape's premier personal injury law firm? The Goldberg Law Group has served Cape and the Islands for more than 38 years, and we're proud to support the local events, organizations, and traditions that make this community so special. As the Cape's leading law firm, Goldberg Law Group believes in helping people, building relationships, and giving back whenever we can. That's why we're honored to sponsor the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in another great night of Cape League Baseball. Scan the QR code on your screen to learn more about how the team at Goldberg Law Group can help you. Go Harbor Hawks. John Embry scheduled to lead it off. It'll be 2-3-4 against LJ Cormier. Embry, Miller, and Hawsey to follow. If anybody gets on, Matt Einish will have a chance. Hyannis has only got 1 hit in this game, and they've struck out 6 times against Cormier, who's really had their numbers so far.
And he was really solid this past year at Auburn in 50 innings. Had an ERA of 2.5, whip under 1. He's very accurate, and he's already struck out 6 Harbor Hawks today.
John Embry takes ball 1, grounded out to Elijah Yiquez at shortstop to end the first inning. Cormier retired the first 7 hitters he faced until he walked Efren Ortega with 1 out in the 3rd inning. But besides that, he's been keeping it ultra clean. And Embry, a guy who went 0 for 3 with 3 punch-outs last night at Chatham. Late on the 1-1.
In Cormier's first start, he only went 3 innings, gave up 2 hits. No runs. He's picking up right where he left off.
Embry second in the Cape League with a .378 average. OPS coming into this game .899 for the incoming Florida Gator. Hooks this one, caught at third base by Comiskey. Quick line out for out number 1.
That's some of the better contact we've seen out of Hyannis today. They've only put the ball in play 5 times against Cormier.
Let's not forget they struck out 11 times against Chatham's starter last night, Jack Guidry. As Miller chops one foul up the first base line. He was a strikeout victim. Back in the 2nd inning, LJ Cormier struck out the side. Miller, guy who's gotten it done in the power category, but still looking to get more consistency in the average. Came in just with a .158 average, but the OPS just south of 800, and tied for first on the Harbor Hawks with 3 home runs with JP Head. In the air to left field, playable for Myatt, backing up a couple steps, now to his left. Makes the catch for out number 2.
And we mentioned the home runs for Hyannis. They lead the Cape in home runs with 12. It's just that it seems like they can never come in like a huge spot. They only have 1 3-run home run, 3 2-run home runs. Rest of them solo shots, 8 of them. Even though Miller had that home run yesterday, which gave Hyannis the lead, they were down 1-0. 2-run blast made it 2-1.
Hawsey out ahead on 0-1. Nothing into the count. I mean, Henry Ziener's home run on the 26th 2 nights ago was the first non-solo home run since the 2nd game of the season, as this ball eats up Comiskey at third base. With a weird spin, Hawsey reaches.
Here's another look at it. It was cued off the end of the bat. 3rd inning with that bunt. But he was also in the same spot where he was 0 for his last 5 games. Hawsey in the same spot.
So it is an official E5 on Casey Comiskey. On 1-1, Einish takes a ball. Five in a row were retired before the air. And it's a chopper redemption for Comiskey inside the line. And a nice pick on the back end from Dominic Cadiz to end the bottom of the 4th inning. 3-0 Orleans heading to the 5th on Cape League TV.
This week we've been working a lot with doing play-by-plays, just doing behind-the-scenes stuff with sports broadcasting, which I never really realized how much went into it, but it's been really cool.
They've grown a lot. I've never really done like a program like this before, so like seeing all the behind-the-scenes has like really grown.
I've learned how to really just gain confidence in my play-by-play speaking, and I've learned more terms here when it comes to directing and producing, and I've just had a great time with John Rook.
Doing the play-by-play stuff and all that, being with a guy like John Rook, understanding what like the major kind of entails doing this camp, just really a preview for what you do here at Dean or any other college doing broadcasting, so I'm definitely more prepared to make this a job of mine.
If you're a Massachusetts resident and don't have a bachelor's, you could be attending 4Cs for free, all while preparing for careers that actually move you forward. Aviation maintenance, nursing, dental, funeral service, we've got it all. capecod.edu/free.
Top of the 5th inning here from McKeon Park. Let's compare stats between the Harbor Hawks and Orleans Firebirds. The average, relatively comparable. Orleans at 232, Hyannis 215. But the ERA separated by nearly a run. I mean, Orleans just playing in a really, really tough Eastern Division. Hyannis is 1-7 against the East. And then the win-loss record, pretty comparable, except the only difference is that Orleans is 18 points out of first place. Hyannis just 5.
Yeah, and Hyannis has picked up some wins against the Western Division opponents. They're 3-1 against the West. They took down Cotuit and Wareham twice. But Orleans is fighting an uphill battle because only one team from each division gets eliminated, and they're currently 7 points out of a playoff spot behind the 6-5 Chatham Anglers. So Orleans really needs to pick up wins sooner rather than later if they want to make a fight for the playoffs, because we're in game number 13. We're over a quarter of the way done here.
I know. I'm so used to saying here in the early goings, I mean, it is relatively early, but you really can't say that as much as you could a week ago. I mean, we are officially over a quarter of the way in. Here's Nate Savoy to lead it off. He has not fared well against the Hyannis pitching staff so far tonight. 0 for 2 with a pair of punch-outs, both against Easton Barrett. In the air to right field. Zener backed up. Now he comes in and is there. Build the cap high for out number 1. So Tyler Myatt steps up to the plate. 0 for 1 officially, but picked up a ribby on a sacrifice fly in the first inning that plated Dominic Cadiz.
And Myatt has really impressed on the Cape so far. He's hitting .310. He has 3 home runs to his name. OPS over 1,000. The Tennessee Vol really showing out.
On an 0-1, he'll take down near the top of the Cape League in OPS. Came into this game with an OPS just north of 1,000 through 12 games played. So he's just played 1 game less than the amount of times Orleans has been out there, as it looks like Efren Ortega took a painful foul ball off the left hand. That is his glove side.
It looks like he'll be okay to continue.
I just noticed something. The ball boys for Hyannis switched pairs of shoes. So one of them has a red sneaker on, the other one's got the other red sneaker on, and one of them has a blue sneaker on, the other one's got the other blue sneaker on. Must be colluding on that.
It might be. Tyler Myatt's another one of those guys that has been impressing at the JUCO level. He started his collegiate career at Walters State Community College and then made the jump all the way to the SEC with the Tennessee Vols.
I mean, I think in today's Division I baseball landscape, going JUCO to D1, the gap is just not as big as it used to be, as Giordano skipped that one in about 57 feet. I mean, let's just take a former Harbor Hawk that just won a national championship, for example. 2 former Harbor Hawks from last season. Both Dayton LaChance and Miles Davis came over from JUCO to Oklahoma and just won natties. LaChance, of course, being the one who played a lot more. He pumped 18 homers this past spring for the Sooners. But, I mean, the gap is not as big as people think, as Myatt draws a walk.
It's not, and especially with JUCO year, the new rule that says that JUCO years won't count against your eligibility. In all sports, you'll see a lot of coaches at the collegiate level, they'd rather pick up a JUCO guy that's got 2 years of collegiate experience than a freshman straight out of high school. It definitely does help the JUCOs, that's for sure.
Here's Elijah Iquez. Pops one a mile high. Efren Ortega called off by Hazy. Now it's Ortega again. Discards the mask and makes out number 2.
It's pretty cloudy up there today, so I'd imagine that wasn't easy for Ortega to see the ball. Took him a little bit to settle under it, but he does have it. And Giordano still yet to surrender a hit today, working in his second inning, but 4 walks allowed.
Here's Casey Comiskey, who's walked and struck out. He's faced Barrett once and Giordano once. He's the first guy that Giordano faced as he checks over at first base, and Myatt back with a head first dive. It's turned into a really pleasant evening in terms of temperature. A little bit overcast, but not a gloomy day by any means. There's still some blue sky poking out here and there. Next week is supposed to be pretty hot, so you can take it while you can get it, as this will get away. That's a wild pitch on Giordano. And Myatt turns and burns around second, takes a bit of a secondary lead, now will return.
You know, he's got to be careful against Comiskey here. You don't want a base hit to score that run from second.
Starter Easton Barrett had a wild pitch. Now Giordano's got one. Hyannis looking to strand a runner here in the top of the 5th. On 2-1, Comiskey grounds it softly outside the third base line, and he snapped his shillelagh. He'll have to get a new twig.
It's always awkward when you got to walk all the way back to the dugout and get a new bat while you're in the middle of your at-bat. One thing that we saw Ryan Bosch do yesterday was he just threw a lot of strikes. I think at one point he was up near 50 pitches, and about 35 of them were strikes. So far for Giordano out of the pen, he's thrown 35 pitches, just 15 have been for strikes.
Ryan Bosch walked the first hitter of the game, and besides that, he was nails. I mean, unfortunately for Hyannis, that run did come across the score in the first inning. There's a tapper foul behind the plate.
And Bosch was a guy who struggled with walks at Wake Forest, and I thought we could be in for trouble after he walked the first hitter he faced, but I mean, he was just so accurate after that. I mean, that was the only guy he walked all day.
Just outside, ball 3. It's been free pass heavy today for Hyannis. 8 walks between Barrett and Giordano. 4 2/3 innings deep. Orleans only 3 runs to show for it. And the full count pitch will have to wait. It sailed into center field. Myatt heads for third, and an error on Barrett has Orleans with a runner 90 feet away.
Well, that's not the worst outcome you could have. Going from second to third with 2 outs, you still need a hit to score him from third, but now Giordano just has to be aware of the wild pitch. If another one skips to the backstop, Orleans could get a cheap run across.
Got him. Blew the fastball by him, and Orleans strands a runner 90 feet away. We're halfway through from McKeon Park. 3-0 Firebirds on Cape League TV.
Heading to Nantucket this summer? Skip the traffic and take to the skies with Cape Air. With convenient flights from Norwood to Nantucket, you can start your vacation sooner without the hassle of traffic. That way you spend more time relaxing and less time getting there. Experience the Cape Air difference and book your next flight today at capeair.com. Let Cape Air be your wings in the Northeast.
At Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
Hey, Harbor Hawks fans, did you know the NAC Cape Cod is the official Light Up the Park sponsor of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks all season long? Thanks to the NAC, the lights at McKeon Park stay bright all summer. With 2 convenient locations in Orleans and Hyannis, the NAC is the perfect spot for a burger, taco, milkshake, and more. Visit thenaccapecod.com to learn more or order online. Bottom of the 5th inning from McKeon Park, Orleans on top of Hyannis, 3-0 here on Cape League TV. And the day for LJ Cormier is done. He gives way to Andrew Cutler, who last pitched against these Harbor Hawks on Wednesday and got the loss in the 9th inning. 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. So looking for a little bit of redemption against a familiar foe.
Yeah, this would be the perfect time. They trail by just 3. They were down 3-0 to these Firebirds back on the 24th when they came back to win eventually. So Hyannis not out of it yet. You got Zener, Ortega, Kirk, bottom 3 in the order, but let's say 2 of them get on for the top. Could be in for a nice rally, but Cormier was really lights out. I mean, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 1 hit, no runs. I'm sure they're glad to not see him on the mound anymore.
Here's Henry Zener to lead it off. 7-8-9 scheduled for the Harbor Hawks here in the last of the 5th. They shift him to pull on the right side of the infield. The third baseman, Casey Comiskey, the only guy on the left side, and playing even with the cut in case Zener tries to get cute with it and drop one down.
Yeah, I think the word is out that Henry Zener likes to pull the ball. We've seen multiple teams now shift him pretty far to the right.
Pop foul behind us. Zener leads the team in at-bats. Last time out here at home, he popped his first home run of the summer. He had 8 in 64 games at USC Upstate this past spring. On a 2-1, Zener swats it foul off to the left and out of play.
And the on-base skills have been there for Zener. He's drawn his fair share of walks, despite the low average on-base percentage over 250.
Pokes it foul off to the left. Zener playing in the Big South. Cutler out of George Washington, which I believe is the Big East.
No, they're A-10.
A-10, I am just well off.
Chaz would be very disappointed.
Is Georgetown the Big East?
Georgetown's Big East.
Okay, it wasn't that far off then. I'm hearing it from Daniel Bottolino behind me.
My last summer internship with the Bethesda Big Train over in the DMV area, I stayed at George Washington for the summer.
Oh, yeah. How's their campus? I mean, it's right there in D.C.
You're like a couple blocks from, like, the White House.
Full count. Zener out ahead as Cutler pulls the string and gets his first strikeout in the first at-bat he has.
It is a pretty nice campus, though. It's just in the middle of a city. It's only like a couple blocks. They have a couple blocks like in a square in downtown D.C., but I mean, it was pretty nice. I could just walk around D.C. whenever I had free time.
Here's Efren Ortega, who walked his only time up at the plate. Ortega did not record a hit in his last game against YD two nights ago, but before then was riding a 3-game hitting streak after starting the season, just 2 for his first 17. Takes a strike here.
And now he's at least moved it to a 4-game on-base streak with the walk earlier today.
On a 1-1. Just outside, you could see Rick Antonio moving his head in that direction. 2 balls and a strike. As Ortega, again, it's not registered an official at-bat. His walk in the third is the only free pass issued on the hill for this Orleans pitching staff, which is pretty paradoxical considering how they fared coming into this game. Of course, bottom of the barrel in the East, but it's an Eastern division that is wicked good. I don't know why I said wicked. This isn't 1994. The point is, it's a good Eastern division.
And the longest on-base streak, while we're on the topic, for Hyannis is Charlie Bates with 10 straight games on base. He hasn't gotten on base yet today, but he's even in the games where he hasn't been able to get hits, he's drawn some walks.
And it looks like Ortega might have pulled something on that swing. He looks to be holding his left oblique as 2 trainers come out. And you never like seeing this, a non-contact injury. Those are usually pretty scary.
The athletic trader Jen Hollins out to take a look. Will Fosberg, the only other catcher that Hyannis has, so if
John Embry DHing.
So they could put Embry to catch, or they could bring Fosberg off the bench.
If Embry were to catch, would Hyannis lose the DH? How would that work?
I think if Embry goes to catch, then they could put a DH in place of Ortega. So you got JP Head, Jordan Lodis, and Kyle Olivo on the bench as available hitters. So I think if they want Embry to catch, they'd put him in to catch, and then they'd put one of those guys at DH. I think what's more likely is you just see Fosberg come off the bench.
Ortega takes a practice swing. I think Mitch Carricker wants to take him out, but I think he's pleading to stay in this game.
And normally with players in summer ball, you'd rather be safe. And he's trying to show that he can still swing.
And that did not look like a necessarily 100% swing right there. Yeah, it looks like that kind of left oblique area.
I think plate umpire Rick Antonio is going to say we need to make a decision here.
Everything I say, I get a comment from behind me from our producers this game. It's very frustrating. As Andrew Cutler gives a couple warm-up pitches. Is that okay to say, Daniel Bottolino? And it looks like Mitch Carricker makes a call to the dugout. Will Fosberg is warming up somebody in the bullpen. And maybe he'll have to take the gear off and throw a helmet on. Yep, Efren Ortega is going to be leaving this game. There's Fosberg down there. So amidst an injury delay, yeah, he's got his entire equipment bag down there. He's going to have to lock into a 3-2 count. So I think what happens here is if Fosberg strikes out, I believe it's charged to Ortega, but if Fosberg gets a hit, he gets credited with the hit.
I think so. I think that's right. Look at him jogging all the way down the line.
Well, how about getting ready? There's that, and then there's this.
Coach is saying, hey, kid, go take this 3-2 count, please.
I mean, there's a whole other way to look at this. I mean, it's not only, he may not be physically warm, but it's also being mentally prepared and ready to hit.
I think if I had to come all the way down, grab a bat this quick, and face a 3-2 count, I would just take the pitch and hope it's a ball, honestly.
Well, here we go. Fosberg going to dig into a 3-2 count. If he strikes out, that's going to be charged to Efren Ortega. If he gets a hit, it'll be his. Takes a hack, fouls it off, and the Hyannis dugout loves it.
You know, hey, why not swing the bat? He's got more courage than I would have up there.
I actually was able to catch up with him earlier today. Talked to him about the adjustment period being here on the Cape, and he says he just wants to prove he belongs and really feel comfortable seeing this type of pitching. And he will take ball 4.
Now, I'm pretty sure the walk is for Ortega. I'm not 100% sure, though, because he worked 3 of the balls in the count. Someone might have to check that for me.
I guess we'll wait for what the official ruling is. I mean, on our game day update, it says Will Fosberg walks. If we go to our box score, it looks like that will be Fosberg's walk because Ortega still only has 1 walk on the day, which he drew back in the 3rd inning. So Fosberg aboard.
It's just so rare you see a guy get pinch hit in the middle of an at-bat. You almost never see that. It almost has to take an injury.
1-1 count to Taylor Kirk. Snapped an 0 for 10 with a single back in the 3rd inning. Again, he would have broken that yesterday because he got a knock in the 7th, but it was wiped from existence with the fog out. Tomahawks this pitch, foul off to the right and out of play.
And Adrian Beltre Jr., the second baseman, is playing well on the shortstop side of the bag. Taylor Kirk has the whole right side of the infield to hit into because over at first, the first baseman, Dominic Cadiz, is holding Fosberg at first. He has the entire right side of the field to work with here.
We'll see if he uses it. On a 1-2. Chops it right into the shift. Could be 2. Iquez to second for 1. On to first. No chance. So the middleman Fosberg forced out at second base, and that flips it over for the top of the order, Liam Barrett, for the 3rd time tonight. Liam Barrett 0 for 2 with a pair of punch-outs. In the air, left side. Myatt and Comiskey. It's Comiskey, the 3rd baseman there for out number 3. Hyannis strands 1 in score on first base. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning from McKeon Park. 3-0 Orleans on Cape League TV.
Heading to Nantucket this summer? Skip the traffic and take to the skies with Cape Air. With convenient flights from Norwood to Nantucket, you can start your vacation sooner without the hassle of traffic. That way you spend more time relaxing and less time getting there. Experience the Cape Air difference and book your next flight today at capeair.com. Let Cape Air be your wings in the Northeast.
At Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
Back here at McKeon Park now in the top of the 6th inning. Netting Pro Stadionic is the official netting and facility solution partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Whether it comes to netting and building iconic sports facilities, it's Netting Pros Stadionic, making sports facilities iconic. Try saying that 10 times fast. Liam Canine to lead it off. Or not to lead it off. He's coming into this game. Goodness, Max. I'm all over the place. After Giordano works 2 innings of 1 earned run, Canine coming off his best appearance of the summer against a really good YD team. He went 3 scoreless, 3 hits, No runs, 2 walks and 2 punch-outs. There you see it. The 5.4 ERA, which is really inflated after that tough appearance against Harwich on June 15th.
Yeah, he was really solid the last time these two teams met. Got the win in the game as well. Looking for another one here, but it would require Hyannis to come back a little bit with the bats. Pitching has really struggled with the walks today, 8 of them so far.
8-9-1 due up for the Firebirds as McDougal takes low. He walked his last time out and scored a run, the lone run that Jack Giordano gave up. The final line on him, 2 innings with a run, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. It's Canine. Cannot find the zone here. Fosberg stays in the game behind the plate. Both teams came into this game on 3-game losing skids. That will change after this contest, although technically it's possible for it to not if there is a tie. .3-0 count coming up to McDougal, taken all the way, and he takes a 4-pitch walk. Not what Liam Canine wanted to do to open up his relief appearance. He was so clean against Whitey. It's already the 9th walk issued by Hyannis pitching.
It's just been a problem for Hyannis pitchers at home. They just can't really seem to find the zone, and what's baffling is that they've been so accurate and potent during road games.
First pitch to A.J. Beltre. There's a strike, the first strike of the day for Canine. You got to figure Beltre Jr. was taking all the way until he saw one. He owns 2 of the walks issued by the Hyannis pitching staff tonight. Has not registered an official AB. Hyannis looking for a little 6-4-3 action here.
And that would be nice. Maybe put some breaking balls on Beltre's front hip here. Try to get him to roll over one.
That's a real pretty pitch. Painted the corner. As the count swings in Canine's favor, 1-2. Rising junior, somewhat local to Mass. Of course, local to Mass. Lexington, local to Cape Cod is what I should have said. Out of Princeton. Presumably, Canine will go long relief here. I mean, his shortest outing on the Cape was against these Firebirds. 2 innings on Wednesday. Actually got the win. Pitched in the 9th inning. Hits it foul off to the right now to play as Beltre Jr. nodding his head as if he's got it. He's seen it enough.
Canine just needs one more good pitch here. I'm thinking about maybe running a fastball in on him. Try to get him to pop up or break that bat.
On the ground, left side, but foul out ahead.
He came inside just with the breaking ball, and Beltre hooked it just a little foul.
Beltre is grounded into 1 double play this season. Orleans is a team 9. I mean, today's game, guys are so fast, usually. Unless it's, tailor-made, you hit it pretty hard. There's always a chance they can leg it out and at least get the fielder's choice and reach. popped up left side. Hyannis on the outfield lawn has out number 1. So we flip it over, top of the order, Rowan Kelly for the 4th time tonight here in the visiting half of the 6th inning. A double and a run scored, a ground out and a walk. As he looks to just find some more consistency this summer. And you see it, the average at 182 atop the order for Kelly Nicholson. Whoa, get the head out of the way.
And Canine definitely backing him off the plate there, although I doubt that was intentional, probably just a fastball that slipped.
Lackadaisically checks over at first base, and McDougal basically just falls down on the bag to get back safely. Clips the knees, 1-1 the count for the Harbor Hawks. I mean, this season, especially when pitching at home, it's really been about avoiding the big inning. And I would argue that the big innings for other teams have been largely self-inflicted blows. Whether it be the walks, the errors.
You bring up a good point. The inning that comes to mind is that inning they had against Bourne during either the 3rd or 4th game of the year. They gave up 7 runs in that inning, but only 4 hits for Bourne, and a couple errors, a plethora of walks really hurt Hyannis. But you're right, the big inning has been a theme.
Line to left center. Liam Barrett still going, dives, can't make the catch. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. It's off to the races. McDougal being waved around, and Kelly looks for 3. The throw gets away. Kelly will stop there as Canine covers, and Orleans grabs a 4th run here in the top of the 6th inning.
It's the first triple on the year for Orleans, partly due to Barrett selling out for that ball. Since he didn't play it on a hop and it got past him, left fielder Caden Miller had to make up all that work and just let Kelly, the leadoff man, with that speed, get all the way up to 3rd. Big hit for the Firebirds as they just continue to extend this lead.
Hyannis brings the infield in. Dominic Cadiz at the plate with Kelly 90 feet away, and a wave and a miss for strike 1. Well, there's another example of a free pass being cashed in for Orleans. McDougal, who just scored, reached on a 4-pitch walk to open the inning from Liam Canine. That'll get away, and Kelly comes home. A wild pitch, the 3rd wild pitch of the day for Hyannis, gives Orleans its 5th run of the game.
We were just talking about how the self-inflicted wounds have been the real damaging thing for Hyannis this year, especially at home. And you see a triple after the walk, which scored McDougal, and then a wild pitch. Means Orleans now has 5 runs on just 3 hits.
Orleans just 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position tonight. On a 1-2, Cadiz hammers it in the air. Barrett going back right center field and makes the catch for out number 3. 2 more runs come home for the Firebirds, but that's only the 2nd out of the inning, excuse me. Jumped the gun there. Pretty much the last guy you want to see come up to plate now. Bub Terrell had an RBI knock, that lone hit with runners in scoring position, the aforementioned hit, back in the 1st inning. He's also stolen 2 bases. Tardy on strike one.
That's another thing Hyannis has had trouble with this year, is just catching runners stealing. Orleans with the double steal earlier today. They're 3 for 3 on thefts today. The one good thing is we were talking about the big inning. Hyannis can do that offensively. They've had a couple innings at home where they've scored, 4 or 5 runs.
So the ball continues to get away from Canine. I mean, just counting it up in this game for the Harbor Hawks, 9 walks, 3 wild pitches, and an error so far. That's already 13 free passes, and it's the top of the 6th inning. That's one off their season high, which is 14. And again, we still got plenty of baseball to play.
Yeah, they just need a spark in some way, shape, or form, whether that be a leadoff double or a big play in the field or a strikeout. They just need something to go their way to give them any sort of confidence out there.
Terrell down on strikes. 2 more runs come home for Orleans. They lead 5-0 headed to the bottom of the 6th here on Cape League TV. Before we go, we're joined by Sam Guarini sideline. What you got for us, Sam?
Sam Guarini here. Hawks are still searching for their offensive spark, but there have been some bright spots. Easton Barrett got us started on the mound tonight and showed out a very good inning. We also had Trey Hawsey at the plate. He reached a single due to an Orleans defensive error, but the Hawks still have not been able to string together at-bats to capitalize. With 3 innings left to play, the Hawks are looking together to put together some quality at-bats to capitalize and get the win tonight. Thanks so much, and back to you guys.
Thanks, Sam. Last of the 6th inning, Hyannis now in a bit steeper of a deficit. 5-0 Firebirds the lead. And back out on the hill for Andrew Cutler.
And Hyannis has their big hitters up. You got Bates, Embry, and Miller. You got a bunch of lefties coming in against the righty Cutler. They just need to take some patient at-bats up there, whether it's a walk that turns into another walk and then a single. We know they're capable of the home runs, but if they can get a rally going before the big hit, they could do something. We saw them put up 4 runs across their last home game against YD while down 4-0.
As mentioned, Bates, Embry, and Miller scheduled here against Andrew Cutler in the last of the 6th. It's 2-3-4 as Hyannis trails 5-0 on Cape League TV. Just 1 total base on the day for the Harbor Hawks. It was a single for Taylor Kirk in the 3rd inning as Bates takes a strike. Struck out looking in the 1st and lined out to center in the 3rd. Batting 3rd for just the 2nd time this season. He's reached base in all 10 games, but no dice so far as he grounds one to second base on a high hop for A.J. Beltre. Slings to 1st. So up comes John Embry, who's also looking to reach base for the first time tonight.
And he's in a little bit of a slow stretch right now. 0 for 2 today. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts yesterday against Chatham. 0 for 3 against YD on Thursday. He's another guy who could just benefit from seeing one go through.
Check over at first, and Embry did not offer, says Joe Carrico. Hyannis' 1 through 7 hitters. 0 for 16 with 7 strikeouts tonight.
Yeah, Fosberg and Ortega out of the 8 spot have drawn 2 walks, and Taylor Kirk has a hit out of the 9 spot. Other than that, it's been tough sledding for this order. They've really been held silent by Orleans today.
They shift Embry to pole on the left side of the infield. The first baseman, Cadiz, the only Firebird on the right side. As Cutler finds the outside corner. Kelly Nicholson loves his shifts. We saw it in Orleans on Wednesday. We see it here in Hyannis tonight.
I don't think we've seen another team employ this many shifts. I mean, it's almost every batter, lefty or righty. They're putting 3 guys on one half of the field.
On a 2-1, Embry knocks it on the ground left side into that shift. It's the shortstop, Iquez, without number 2.
Seems to be working.
So up comes Caden Miller. Hyannis just looks to get something going. The Harbor Hawks, at least early in the season, pretty good hitting team with 2 outs, but that's kind of fallen off a little bit as of late. I mean, you think back to the game 2 against Wareham where they scored all 5 runs in that game in a 5-0 win with 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Not really an active shift on Miller. All infielders in their pretty normal positions, although the center fielder, Bob Terrell, slightly shaded towards left center, so some green grass in right center. On a 1-1, Miller knocks it on the ground outside the first baseline out ahead. When trailing, Hyannis third in the Cape League with a .228 average, which is honestly a bit of a surprise considering Wednesday against these Firebirds was the first come-from-behind win of the season. But I think it's a bigger example of how they've been able to knock together some hits in these situations, but they still missed the big hit, the hit with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, they had that rally against the YD Red Sox. 4 runs to tie the game at 4. But then they just couldn't quite pull out the win.
Hyannis 13 for 48 coming into this game at home with runners in scoring position. Of course, there's nobody on here, but it's just an example how the splits have been a bit all over the place as that pitch will just miss. I mean, Hyannis has played better on the road, especially on the mound, but they've hit worse on the road. Hyannis has pitched pretty poorly here at home, but they've hit better at home. So it seems like everything is just a little bit out of order. Tough to get on the same page. Got him. 1-2-3 inning for Andrew Cutler. 5-0 Firebirds heading to the top of the 7th on Cape League TV.
Heading to Nantucket this summer? Skip the traffic and take to the skies with Cape Air. With convenient flights from Norwood to Nantucket, you can start your vacation sooner without the hassle of traffic. That way you spend more time relaxing and less time getting there. Experience the Cape Air difference and book your next flight today at capeair.com. Let Cape Air be your wings in the Northeast.
At Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
The 7th inning is brought to you by our folks at Milton Cat. Proud to power the Cape all summer long. 5-0, the Orleans Firebirds lead the Hyannis Harbor Hawks as we enter the 7th inning here from McKeon Park alongside Charlie Adams. My name is Quincy Bell. And Chaz, it's just been tough sledding for Hyannis today. They have just one hit on the board, and it was a bunt single from Taylor Kirk. Other than that, these Hyannis hitters have really struggled to get anything going. And it's just been a lot of free passes on the pitching side as well.
Yeah, the Harbor Hawks haven't responded too well after yesterday's loss. Due to the fog, it's been a rough going, and it's getting late. 9 outs to work with to make up a 5-run deficit. We saw them come back against Orleans back on Wednesday, but the offense just hasn't shown up the same way today.
Well, they put up 4 runs in the 9th inning against Orleans back on Wednesday. Middle of the order due up for the Firebirds. Nate Savoy, Tyler Myatt, and Elijah Iquez are 4, 5, and 6 in their order. First pitch swinging opposite field. Hawsey grabs it. Long run to the bag. He'll beat Savoy there for the first out.
Lucky to have Savoy coming down the first baseline there. Hawsey's been hustling to that first base bag. Able to do so there.
Here's Tyler Myatt stepping in for his 4th plate appearance. He has a sac fly and a walk today to go with a ground out. So he's 0 for 1 on the day, but it's been a productive day. First pitch from Liam Canine, again over to Hawsey. This one just foul down the first base line. Tyler Myatt, the native of Tazewell, Tennessee. He started his career at Walters State Community College, where in 2025 he hit .484 with an OPS over 1,000. He grounds one up the middle. Over in positioning is Enish, throw across in time. That one took a bite out of the lip of the grass, but Enish still able to put a nice glove on it for a quick second out as Canine is working a lot more efficiently here in his 2nd inning of work.
Plenty of ground balls today to the right side of the infield for the Firebirds. It's been busy for Hawsey and Bates, and even Matt Einish there in the shift. Still past the second base bag.
Elijah Iquez will now hit with nobody on and 2 out. Canine set and fires. Iquez taking all the way, and the fastball finds the outer half for a strike. Iquez, a native of Oahu, Hawaii. Coming all the way to the mainland to play his summer ball on the Cape. He plays his collegiate ball at Hawaii, where this past year he hit .305. A very solid hitter indeed, as he grounds one foul. His freshman year in 2024, he was honorable mention All Big West. His junior year, he started 31 games, but he missed 25 games throughout the season due to a late March injury. As he's down on strikes. 1-2-3 inning for Liam Canine as we head to the bottom half of the 7th. Here at McKeon Park, still 5-0 Firebirds.
Life can be full of surprises, but Eastern Propane and Oil is always just a call away. With a local team member available 24/7, we're always ready to support you when you need it. With an Eastern Propane and Oil technician on the way, your family's comfort is our priority. Our local team, over 500 strong, ensures your home is comfortable and warm. Eastern Propane and Oil, a local team with 24/7 service and delivery, ensuring comfort when you need it most.
Wherever you need to go, arrive in comfort, style, and complete peace of mind. From seamless rides to and from Logan Airport, to the energy of the big game in the city, to unforgettable weddings, proms, and nights out with friends. Bella Luxury Transportation is there every step of the way. No stress, no driving. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience. Bella Luxury Transportation, leave the driving to us.
Andrew Cutler still on the mound for the Orleans Firebirds as he works into his third inning. He took over in the fifth inning where he only gave up one walk, and then he just put up a 1-2-3 sixth. He's retired the last 5 batters he has seen, and he will work to 5, 6, and 7 on the Harbor Hawks order. Trey Hawsey, Matthew Enish, and Henry Zehner, 3 lefties up in a row to face the righty.
We heard that Cutler could be the bulk guy today. Cormier didn't need much help going through 4 strong innings, and he didn't leave much of the bulk for Cutler, but he's been carrying the load just as well.
Still a 5-0 lead for Orleans. And Cormier was terrific. 4 innings, he only gave up 1 hit, struck out 6, only surrendered 1 walk as well. And this is a win, if Orleans can get it, that they desperately need. They're currently 6 points out of a playoff spot, even though the season is still young. As Hawsey fouls one off his foot, he's even in the count at 1-1. But every single team in the East Division has a winning record except for these Orleans Firebirds. YD Red Sox have been terrific at 11-1. Brewster, Chatham both at 6-5. Harwich up near the top at 8-4. So Orleans playing from behind early in 2026 as Hawsey takes down an in.
And it's been the East beating up on the West for the most part. Hyannis has played 8 games against the West and are 1-7.
2-1. Hawsey with a big swing and a miss. Hawsey's still looking for his first home run on the Cape, and he was trying to find it with that swing. The good news for the Harbor Hawks is that they're 3-1 against divisional opponents in the West so far. 2-2 from Andrew Cutler. Powered into the opposite field. A big gap out there for Hawsey with the shift, and it'll touch down. The big first baseman on his way to second, and he'll stroll in with a leadoff double.
Hawsey's reached base on back-to-back plate appearances after the error in the 4th, and could have a 2-game hit streak if the 7th inning was finished yesterday. But seems like he's getting his swing of things back here.
Yeah, Trey Hawsey singled in the 7th inning yesterday against Chatham. A 7th inning that didn't end up mattering with the game being called afterwards. It reverted back to the score after 6 innings. So now with that hit, he's officially out of the slump. But he definitely has been seeing the ball better. Here's Matthew Enish playing in his first game on the Cape today. He just finished up his sophomore year at West Virginia, where he was an everyday starter. Over to short. Hawsey narrowly avoided getting hit. The ball does get through, and the shortstop, Elijah Iquez, will make the throw. And now there's a conversation to be had as to whether or not Hawsey did get hit by that ground ball.
Looked like he had to have got out of the way with, the ball, if it hit him. Didn't hit him much because it was still fieldable plenty for Iquez.
It didn't look like the ball changed direction at all, but I guess they are going to call him out. And that means that Enish will get to go to first. You can't make 2 outs after the runner is hit by the ball. So Enish will jog all the way down there. And it looks like manager Mitch Carricker is out again asking Rick Antonio, home plate umpire, for an explanation.
Some tough calls against Hyannis. Losing a runner on third base here. Another call that's hard for them to overturn after making the decision.
Yeah, the ball looked like it got clean through. I don't know how Iquez would be able to field that.
Didn't look like he was intentionally in the way of Ekus or anything, trying to block the vision.
So instead, there will be a runner on first and 1 out for Henry Zener. Enish over on first. Stole 7 bases this past year for West Virginia as Zener takes the strike 2. (0-2) to the USC Upstate product. And he pops one up, foul, out of play. So officially it's ruled as a fielder's choice as Matt Enish reaches on a fielder's choice. Shortstop Eliza Iquez unassisted. Trey Hawsey out at second. And in on the inner half, Zener down on strikes.
What a swing from Hawsey being on third base to now 2 outs and Enish on first. Harbor Hawks had a chance to scratch some runs across and things looking right back to bleak.
Will Fosberg will look to change things and maybe start a 2-out rally for the Harbor Hawks. This is his first really official at bat. He stepped in with a 3-2 count. This time he blasts one deep out to right, back at the wall. Kelly makes the catch just in front of the wall. Hyannis feet away from getting on the board with the home run, but they're still stuck at 0 as we head to the 8th.
A stay with Del Mar Vacations is more than a getaway. It's a refined Cape Cod experience. From beautifully maintained homes and elevated amenities to personalized service at every step, we deliver a level of care that sets us apart. Our dedicated local team ensures every detail is thoughtfully handled, allowing you to relax and enjoy your time on the Cape. With luxury homes in Barnstable and more than 400 properties across Cape Cod, Del Mar makes finding your perfect retreat effortless.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Bottom of the 7th inning, set to start. We're going to take a look at some scores around the Cape Cod Baseball League. Katuitt all over Harwich in the top of the 9th inning. Falmouth and Brewster locked in a pretty close battle, 3-2 Whitecaps in the middle of the 7th. Chatham and Wareham in a really low-scoring pitcher's affair over at Spillane Field, 2-0 Anglers. And Yarmouth Dennis just continues their hot stretch. They still have 2 innings to go against Bourne, but they're up 4-2. Is anyone going to be able to stop them this year? They're 11-1, looking to be 12-1.
Well, Hyannis honestly might have the best chance with back-to-back games. It's harder and harder to beat the same team twice in a row. Good for the West, though. Katuitt, big up on Harwich, one of the top teams in the Eastern Division. Although the other West teams might be falling to their East opponents here today.
It's 7-8-9, 2 up for the Orleans Firebirds. Casey Comiskey, Ryan McDougal, and Adrian Beltre Jr. Caneen still out there on the mound after a 1-2-3 7th inning, and he delivers a strike to Comiskey. He's 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts and a walk drawn back in the 1st inning. Still 5-0 Orleans as we work into the top half of the 8th. Half swing, appeal down to first. Full swing, says umpire Joe Caraco down there at first. And Comiskey quickly behind. Chopped foul on the 0-2, and he'll stay alive. Comiskey, a native of Milltown, New Jersey, electing to play his collegiate ball in-state at Seton Hall. This past year for the Pirates, he hit .382 in 53 games. But he's down on strikes here to start the 8th inning. Canine with 2 consecutive strikeouts between the 7th and 8th innings.
Liked what I've seen out of Liam Canine, especially coming out of the bullpen. There was a long break between his start on the 15th to his relief appearance on the 24th. But here today, he's carried it over. The strikeout stuff has picked up. No strikeouts on his 2 innings against the 24th, but here, already a 3rd strikeout.
And he starts McDougal off with a swing and a miss. Ryan McDougal, the Dayton Flyer, up to the plate. His last time out against Catuit on the 26th, he hit a 2-run homer as he takes strike 2. Canine looking for a 3rd consecutive strikeout. He just misses with the fastball high. There's action in the Orleans bullpen as a righty begins to warm up. Canine still ahead 1-2 on McDougal. Chopped in front of the plate, but it was off the foot of McDougal, so he'll stay alive after the foul ball.
I think that might have caught him again on the bounce. What a spin on that foul ball to land in the batter's box twice. Caught him on the back foot as he walked out of the box.
McDougal, one of the more veteran players on the Cape. He just finished up his junior year at Dayton. He tips one just barely on the outer edge, or at least he thought he did. Fosberg made the throw down to 3rd, like they punched him out. Harbor Hawks are throwing it around right now. And it looks like the umpires will get together here to see if anyone else had a better view as to if McDougal tipped that or not.
Sounded like a tip, but I think Fosberg caught it. And Antonio called it a foul ball. And he's out.
So it is 3 straight strikeouts for Liam Canine and 2 to start the 8th inning. So now the 9-hitter, Adrian Beltre Jr. will step in, the son of the MLB legend. He's drawn 2 walks today, in addition to popping up to the shortstop. The last time he played was on Wednesday against these Harbor Hawks, as he grounds one over to second base, backhanded by Bates. Throw across, in time for the out. Another 1-2-3 inning for Liam Canine as we head to the bottom half of the 8th here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Reader's Hardwood Supply is a candy store for wood, whether you're a professional or an amateur. Reader's Hardwood Supply carries over 70 species of both domestic and imported lumber from around the world, displayed in over 300 self-serve bins for your selection. So for your next project, make it your masterpiece with stock from Reader's Hardwood Supply. The woods of the world are here at Reader's Hardwood Supply.
When it comes to Chevy, there's only one name you need to know.
Hi, I'm Todd Copeland, and this is Copeland Chevrolet Hyannis. We stock more Chevys than anyone on Cape Cod.
And if you need the best price,
just check this out.
Copeland Chevrolet has over 200 new Chevys in stock, and they're all on sale today with huge discounts or new lower lease payments. Don't wait.
For the Chevy you want and the savings you need,
you can count on Copeland Chevrolet Hyannis. CopelandChevroletHyannis.com.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Hey Harbor Hawks fans, don't let bridge traffic throw you a curveball. Cape Cod Gateway Airport is your ticket to hassle-free travel. Located right here in Hyannis, we connect you to Boston, the islands, and beyond with daily flights and easy parking. Spend less time driving and more time at the ballpark. Learn more and plan your next getaway at flyhya.com. Cape Cod Gateway Airport, supporting our community one flight at a time. New pitcher on the mound for the Orleans Firebirds. Here in the 8th inning, it'll be Jake Eccles, a right-hander out of Florida State. So far this year on the Cape, he's made 3 appearances. Last time out was against these Harbor Hawks, where he threw 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, 1 run, and struck out 1 batter. He struggled a little bit on the Cape so far. ERA over 12 and a whip just under 2 in 4 innings. And he struggled with the walks as well, 3 walks to 5 strikeouts.
That 1 hit against the Harbor Hawks was Kyle Olivo going yard. Not in the lineup today.
It'll be 9-1-2 due up for Hyannis as they look to mount a rally here in the 8th, but they have been held extremely quiet with the bats, just 2 hits. It was L.J. Cromier to start things for Orleans with 4 scoreless innings of 1 hit ball, and then Andrew Cutler took over things with 3 scoreless innings of 1 hit ball. As Eccles out of the bullpen starts Taylor Kirkhoff with a strike. Back into the windup for the 0-1. Flown in the air down the first base line, but this ball will slice out of play. And Eccles is another guy who has come up to Division I from the lower divisions. He played his freshman and sophomore years at Polk State College, another JUCO. Kirk with a drive deep into the opposite field. Rowan Kelly will backpedal and put a glove on out number 1 here in the 8th.
Weird thing on the scoring side is the play with Matt Einish singling or grounding to shortstop where Trey Hawsey got in the way was changed from a fielder's choice to a single recently for a 3rd Harbor Hawks hit, and that's a new change to me and news for the Harbor Hawks.
Yeah, Trey Hawsey got hit by the ground ball, so it's another hit for Hyannis, but it doesn't feel that way because they could have had a runner at 3rd with 1 out. Instead, they had a runner on 1st with 1 out. But that will be Matt Einish's first hit on the Cape as he was added to the roster today.
The updated scoring also confirms that it was Hawsey being hit by the batted ball. So the umpires determined there was contact there.
2-0 the count on the Hyannis leadoff man Liam Barrett, and now he's ahead 3-0. At least it's good for the stats of Matt Einish, because now he's 1 for 3 today. 3-0, Barrett watches a fastball on the outer edge for a strike. The Harbor Hawks have not been shut out in a game yet this season as Barrett takes ball 4. They do have 1 shutout themselves on the pitching side. That was the 2nd game of the year at Wareham, a game they won 5-0. Charlie Bates will step in, and this might be his last chance to extend his 10-game on-base streak. He's been the only Harbor Hawk to reach in every game he has played. And he takes outside for strike 1. Looks like Jake Eccles is looking to pound that fastball on the outer half to the left-handers. He missed a couple times over there to Liam Barrett. Bates fouls 1 straight back, and now he's down 0-2.
It was a tough 3-pitch strikeout for Charlie Bates in the first. Strikeouts have caught up with him a bit recently. That on-base streak certainly in danger.
0-2, he takes away. An interesting tidbit here. The Harbor Hawks have yet to score a run in the 8th inning of a game this year. In game number 13, as Bates takes outside for ball 2. They've scored 6 runs in the 9th inning of games this year. But the 8th has been particularly unkind to the Harbor Hawks.
How about those middle innings for Hyannis?
Those have been the strongest for them. 2-2 Bates stays alive. They've scored 11 runs in the 5th inning of games and 11 runs in the 6th inning of games. 7 runs in the 4th inning of games. Those are their 3 highest scoring innings on the season, the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Just like the 8th, they have yet to score a run in the 3rd inning either. 2-2 to Charlie Bates. Outside for a ball, and he's run the count full after starting behind 0-2.
Despite having 6 strikeouts in his last 2 games, his plate approach has still been solid.
Here's the payoff. Bates, swing and a miss. He can't catch up to the heat. And after the strikeout, Bates 0 for 4 today. Hyannis will need a big 9th inning to get him back up to try to extend that on-base streak. First strikeout for Jake Eccles out of the bullpen means John Embry will hit with a runner on first and 2 out. First pitch to Embry bounces. A nice block behind the plate by the Orleans catcher Ryan McDougal. Embry looking to break out of his own little slump. He's 0 for his last 9 as this one does get away from McDougal, and Liam Barrett will walk up to second into scoring position. Two-0. Embry, big swing and a miss on the elevated fastball.
It's been a bit surprising to not see Embry deliver a home run just yet, especially looking at last summer in the Valley League with 6 home runs in 14 games. That is a wood bat league. He was efficient in his time there.
2-1, he's late on another fastball. And after his hot streak, I mean, he was so efficient with the bat to start the year. He was leading the Cape League in average for a while. He struggled a little bit with the elevated pitches. 2-2 from Eccles. Embry just able to poke that one foul and stay alive. But it seems like when pitchers have elevated fastballs against him, they've gotten their fair share of swing and misses. Embry looking to keep the 8th inning alive for Hyannis. And he keeps his at-bat alive with another foul ball. Five runs on 3 hits, 1 error for Orleans. No runs on 3 hits, 1 error for the Harbor Hawks. They've struggled with free passes on the pitching side today, as Embry takes right down the middle for strike 3. We head to the 9th here from McKeon Park. Still 5-0 Firebirds here on Cape League TV.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
Try it, then buy it. Rent a new cat for up to 90 days. Then apply 100% of the rental cost to the purchase and save. The Milton Cat Rent to Purchase offer. Try it, then buy it. Go to miltoncat.com/RPO.
This broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited. We'll take a look at the upcoming schedule here for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. They have 2 home games back-to-back coming up against Falmouth and Cotuit, and then they go to Bourne on Wednesday, finally playing some West Division opponents. And then they have back-to-back games after the off day against the YD Red Sox, who have been so hard to beat this year. They sit at 11-1, but that's the upcoming schedule for your Hyannis Harbor Hawks. And those 3 games upcoming, Charlie Adams, are going to be big ones for Hyannis to keep pace with the rest of the teams in that West Division.
They've been lucky with how the rest of the division has played around their losses. On the cusp of a 4th straight loss, but every time we fill out our scorebooks and check how many points back the Harbor Hawks are, they entered today only 5 points back, which could be made up in 3 games. And for a team like Orleans, who will have the same record as the Harbor Hawks after today, if the results hold, they've got plenty of work to do if they want to compete in the West.
First pitch lined into left field off the bat of Rowan Kelly to lead things off in the 9th for the Firebirds. But Orleans currently 18 points out from the division lead. Hyannis only 5 points out. The 2 teams tied at the top of the West Division are Bourne and Falmouth. Falmouth currently locked in a 3-3 tie with Brewster in the top of the 8th. Bourne down 4-2 in the bottom of the 9th against the YD Red Sox, but they do have 2 runners on and nobody out as they look to mount a comeback. Liam Kineen still out on the mound, fires to Dominic Cadiz just outside for ball 1. And with Hyannis playing 7 games in 7 days, this is the 4th of those 7 games. Liam Kineen is out there for his 4th inning of work, by far his longest outing on the Cape. In an effort maybe to save pitchers down the stretch. Check swing, ball gets away. It will be a called strike on the swing, but Rowan Kelly does move up to second on the wild pitch.
And this stretch is starting to feel a bit long for the Harbor Hawks. That July 2nd off day, of course, it's Fenway Day and not a full rest day, but it is fun to head up to Boston, and you are showing off for some scouts, but there's still definitely some rest and enjoyment there where it can hopefully be a reset ahead of 2 massive games against the YD Red Sox.
1-1. Fastball on the outer edge, called a strike against Cadiz. Of course, Fenway Day, all 10 Cape Cod League teams will take some cuts at Fenway Park, show off their defensive skills as well. All 30 MLB teams will be represented with scouts in attendance, as Kineen will look over to second. So it is technically an off day in terms of the fact that there won't be a game that day, but the players will still be active. It's a day that a lot of people look forward to during the Cape League summer. 1-2 from Kineen. Another one gets away. Will Fosberg doing the catching duties after he replaced Efren Ortega in the 5th inning. That one might be ruled a pass ball after it hit his mitt. And with nobody out, Rowan Kelly up to third base.
Well, the first one was also ruled a pass ball, which was a bit surprising to me. But, yeah, 2 pass balls against Fosberg. And didn't really look like he saw it too well there. Maybe a little cross-up. He took a glove all the way across the zone trying to put a catch on that.
He'll have a talk with Liam Kineen, and we will talk about the standings in the Cape Cod League. We've been talking about them a little bit. Cotuit, they just took down a win against the Harwich Mariners. So YD continuing to just run away with that East Division as Hyannis and Wareham are scrapping it out at the bottom of the West to see who maybe gets that last playoff spot in Orleans, still with a lot of work to do. 2-2, flown in the air towards shallow center. Liam Barrett racing in, loses his hat, makes the catch. Runner will tag. Throw coming to the plate. Offline. Scoring from third, Rowan Kelly, and the Firebirds add another insurance run.
We've seen some short sacrifice flies this summer. Teams are unafraid to risk it. See Barrett shaking his head in center field.
Well, Kelly's got a lot of speed, and that wasn't a terrible throw from Liam Barrett. He missed a little bit towards the third base side, which if you're going to miss with a throw, that's where you want it to be because it's closer to the runner. So now there's nobody on and one out for Bub Terrell to hit. He had an RBI single in the first inning, which started the scoring today for Orleans. And they have not looked back since. And big Bub Terrell shows a bunt and pulls it back. Bub Terrell is a guy who has a pretty big frame out there. He's 6'4", 230. But he's out there playing center field and stealing bases for these Firebirds. He's the complete package with power and speed. As it looks like someone is out taking a look at Liam Kineen's cleat and cleaning it off for him.
I believe that's Truett Webb.
And he'll get the other one while he's at it. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Little pit stop for Liam Kineen.
He's hopping around on his right leg trying to stay up. Maybe he was slipping a little bit with too much dirt caught in his cleats, not sure. You know, after a game, you normally just clap them together to get all the dirt off, but Kineen can't just go out there and take both of his shoes off. Big swing and a miss from Terrell that time. That was a home run swing right there.
Now's the time to do it. Top 9, up 6, nobody on.
And take your cuts. He's got 2 home runs on the year, both against these Harbor Hawks. He pokes one out towards center. It'll hang up enough for Liam Barrett to make the catch.
He got a lot on that. That was a little bit of Bino Waters action that we saw yesterday from Chatham. Just reached out and poked it, but Barrett had to stay where he was, deep in center field.
Nobody on and 2 out now for Nate Savoy, who will hit against Liam Kineen. Kineen gave up 2 runs in the 6th after the triple to Rowan Kelly. But then he put up back-to-back 1-2-3 innings in the 7th and 8th. But a run surrendered here in the 9th thanks to a single, 2 pass balls from Will Fosberg, and then a sac fly from Dominic Cadiz.
Curious if Hyannis thinks about moving Kineen back into the rotation. We know arms are going to keep coming and going in the starting rotation. Kineen started to open the season.
Big fly ball towards center field off the bat of Savoy. Barrett calling for it, and he has it. For the 3rd out, he made all 3 outs in this 9th inning. We head to the bottom half. Harbor Hawks with some work to do here on Cape League TV.
At Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
A stay with Del Mar Vacations is more than a getaway. It's a refined Cape Cod experience. From beautifully maintained homes and elevated amenities to personalized service at every step, we deliver a level of care that sets us apart. Our dedicated local team ensures every detail is thoughtfully handled, allowing you to relax and enjoy your time on the Cape. With luxury homes in Barnstable and more than 400 properties across Cape Cod, Del Mar makes finding your perfect retreat effortless.
Eli Iwanaga will look to close things out for Orleans. He just finished up his freshman year at UCLA. Another Hawaiian on this Orleans Firebirds roster. He's from Miliani, Hawaii. He struggled this year on the Cape so far, an ERA above 13 and a whip above 3. But he has a 6-run cushion to work with here in the 9th against the Harbor Hawks.
And continue to be able to flip back over the Wednesday and check out their stats against the Harbor Hawks, where Iwanaga went 1 inning with 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts.
So he'll look for his second consecutive scoreless inning against these Harbor Hawks, albeit in 2 separate games. He will face 4, 5, and 6 in the Harbor Hawks order. Caden Miller, Trey Hawsey, and Matt Einish.
Iwanaga came in with 2 outs back in the 7th inning for the Firebirds on Wednesday. Able to strand 2.
Caden Miller 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts. It's been a rough go of it for him today after he homered yesterday against Chatham. Taking on pitch number 1, and it's upstairs. Iwanaga back into the overhead windup. And Miller chops one on the ground over towards second. Adrian Beltre Jr. with the throw on to first for out number 1.
Offense just hasn't been there for the Harbor Hawks.
Iwanaga relieved Jake Eccles from his pitching duties. He threw only 1 inning. He gave up 1 walk, struck out 2, and did not surrender a hit. And of course, Hyannis has just 3 hits for themselves in today's game. It's just been a very quiet day with the bats for the Harbor Hawks.
Teams have done well making the Harbor Hawks pay for their mistakes. 6 runs on 4 hits, that shows it.
Halsey takes high for ball number 1. Iwanaga fires again. And Halsey takes it down and in for a ball. This past year at UCLA, Iwanaga made 14 appearances in which he had an ERA of 2.31 for the Bruins. Halsey swinging and lining one over to first, but right into the glove of Dominic Cadiz.
Just that kind of game. Right on the screws and right at somebody in the field. Cadiz the one to catch it. Still for Halsey, he's barreling it up again.
Matt Einish now in as Hyannis looks to prevent themselves from being shut out. Einish 1 for 3 today with a single in his first game with the Harbor Hawks. Again, taking high on pitch number 1. Iwanaga was very effective at UCLA despite only making 14 appearances. 2.31 ERA for a team that was ranked number 1 in the country for the majority of the season. UCLA entered the NCAA tournament as the number 1 overall seed, but they did not make it out of their regional. Cal Poly ended up winning the Los Angeles regional. A big upset in college baseball. 2-0. Einish takes inside. 4 strike.
It was loud seeing that number 1 seed get eliminated so early. A lot of doubters entering against UCLA.
2-1. Just misses outside. Of course, the team that ended up winning the whole tournament was Oklahoma. They were a middle-of-the-pack SEC team that just got hot at the right time and ran through everybody. And Matt Einish made it all the way to Omaha with his West Virginia Mountaineers as the 16 seed. They beat Cal Poly in the Super Regional, but then fell in Omaha eventually. It was a fun season of college baseball. And summer ball is the last step for these players before they get ready for the 2027 season. Payoff on the way. Filed straight back, and Matt Einish putting up a battle here, trying to avoid being the last out of the ball game for the Harbor Hawks. Another payoff. Swing and a miss. Iwanaga elevates the fastball and induces the K. The Orleans Firebirds are back in the win column with a 6-0 shutout win over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. They did it with just 4 hits, but it was enough as Hyannis is shut out for the first time this season, and they have now dropped 4 games in a row.
We've seen some struggles from the offense, but this might take the cake. Plenty of dominance from the pitching staff of Orleans, and the strikeouts leading the way once again. We saw the strikeout numbers piling up for Chatham yesterday and being matched a little bit here by Orleans.
Easton Barrett will get the loss. Andrew Cutler, 3 scoreless innings out of relief for Orleans. He gets the win. Hyannis, just a tough day with the bats. They leave 6 runners on base with the 3 hits and 1 error. Orleans, they will leave 7 runners on base with their 6 runs. They take this one tonight here on Cape League TV. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast, and we'll see you next time.